Kickout Crew. James L. Corai. Brad Stanton. Coach Rosie. Adam from Bama. Mike Whitaker. Devin Dowling. The Kickout Crew Podcast. Available on all major podcast platforms and watch videos exclusively on YouTube.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of your show. That's right, the Kickout Crew. I want to thank everybody for listening to last week's episode. Sorry I couldn't shut the hell up, but that seems to be a common theme on our show. I really appreciate the positive feedback that all the other guys got. That's really nice of y'all to send it to them. And, of course, that's enough of me talking. So I'm going to kick it to Adam, actually, today. Adam, what do we got going on today, man?
Well, I went to New South to the Hoss tournament, 2023 Hoss tournament a couple weeks ago. And I've actually met our guest before when they were in Gadsden. But he was a busy man this past that weekend. But I was able to wrangle him in for a watch-along style match with us. So I'd like to introduce Mr. Brayden Toon from New South Wrestling.
Yeah.
This is not just Mr. Brayden Toon. This is a former tag team champion with dadgum, I can't find their name. Okay, with Sean Campbell and Sean Christopher, and what was the manager's name? I can't say her name. I can't read.
Ravenna Vane.
That's it. With Wasted Generation. And future Hoss tournament winner 2024. But not only that, he's also the youngest competitor to ever be in the Hoss tournament. He's also the youngest tag team champion. And he also beat Kobe Carino in the first round of the 2022 Hoss tournament. So, man's got some accolades, and he's just getting started.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's a lot.
So, how long have you been in New South, brother?
Yeah.
Going on 2 years now. So, yeah, going on 2 years.
I didn't realize you did all that in less than 2 years. That's amazing, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I've been blessed with the opportunities I've been presented, so I'm very fortunate.
Now, you also showed out at the GCW New South at the Huntsville show, I believe, right?
I wasn't on that show. I was on the Florence one.
That's right, the Florence show. I'll get them two mixed up.
Yeah. It was a busy weekend for sure.
But you showed it was it a 7-on-7 match you were part of, and you showed out, I believe.
Yes, it was 7-on-7.
That's right, 7-on-7.
Yeah, I always try to, so I always try to make every opportunity count. So.
Well, I appreciate you joining us, guys, and
So Devin over here has about 117 questions to ask you. He said we can share in the wealth, but I'd say kick it over to Devin. At least he could start out since you spent about 2-3 hours putting this together. So go ahead, Devin.
Yeah, I just went on YouTube, search Brayden Toon, and honestly just watched a few of your matches, man. You're a killer. Speaking of that,
he probably watched
the
17 hours of it, to be honest with you. So go ahead, Devin.
You have the nickname Unkillable. How did you get that?
So I started wrestling when I was 15. And then 15 to 20, I've encountered a lot of injuries. It's the list is outrageous. Like June, I think of 2017, I was partially paralyzed from the neck down for 2 weeks. I've dislocated both shoulders. I broke all 10 of my toes. I've had multiple concussions, more than I probably should have in the 5 years span I've been wrestling. And not only that, but outside of wrestling, I've encountered a lot of things that I've overcome. So I was in the hospital. I want to say May of 2022, and I got thrown out of the ring by Marcus Dillon at a Top Shelf show, and I mean everything went according to plan, but my hand slipped when I was bracing, and I just smacked head first on the concrete, and it knocked me like unconscious, like I was snoring, like it was crazy. And so they gave me a hot ambulance ride to the hospital, and then some fan texted me, and they were like, "Dude, you're like so unkillable." I'm like, "Okay, dude, that's where that came from." So it stuck with it, and so that's where it led me today. So
Holy crap! Paralyzed from the neck down, 10 broken toes, separated shoulders. You seriously are unkillable, man.
Yeah, it's not something I like saying because at 20 years old, I feel like I'm at least 70. So it has its ups and downs for sure. So
Jeez. I have a quick question. When you say how long were you paralyzed from the neck down?
2 weeks. So the about I want to say 7 hours later, my left side was fine. Like it was fine. Like it felt like tingling, but my right side was still like it wasn't coming back to like. I was fully healed like 2 weeks later. Like I could feel everything, but it took me about 2 weeks to fully get that back.
So that's probably one of the biggest fear in all of our lives, and I can just only imagine what you were going through at the time. But were they giving you hope when they were talking to you?
Yeah. So I was like fully like conscious on like what happened, but I'm laying. I think I gotta have a CAT scan, and I was laying there, and the doctor came up and he was like sitting over top of me, and it was me, my mom, my dad, and my cousin in the room. And he was like, you need to be out for a year and a half. And I was like, okay. So I started crying. And then like, so what happened was, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Kevin Ryan and Sean Christopher, but I was wrestling at my dad's promotion in Elkmont at Donna's Barn, EWA. And it was me, Kevin, and Sean in a triple threat match. And it was me and Sean on the outside. Kevin jumped on top of us and I caught him, but I didn't move a chair behind me. So when I caught him, my back kind of just like scorpioned. So it pinched a nerve, and then it took like 2 weeks like to fully expand back. And then like I'll still have like moments where I can't, like if I take a nasty bump, like I'll like lose feelings for like probably a split second in my leg. So it's still something that deals with me today. So
damn, man.
When something like that happens for a wrestler, does it affect it when they go and try to sign another contract or something like that they have that kind of issue, or is yours like off the record?
I think if you like, like look it up and be like, if you thoroughly like looked it up, I think it would show up. But for the most part, I don't think it would affect anything. I guess I really not sure. I personally wouldn't think it would affect anything if I'm, still going. I'm not really 100% sure how that works.
Didn't mean to dwell on that. It was just it really jumped off the page there. So I mean, we can move on from there. I just you never know how these things are going to go, and then you say something like that, and it's like holy cow. So
yeah, it was scary.
So go ahead, Devin. You got a couple more you want to give them, right?
All right. So yeah, one of the questions was about Sean Christopher actually, and so was about your relationship with him and how long you guys have known each other.
I've known him the first year I started like the back half of my first year I started wrestling. He came to my dad's promotion, and like we hit it off. Like I found this out later. He came to EWA just to work me specifically because he used to have like a lot of untapped potential, which means the world to me because like it's Sean Christopher. Like I used to go to New South as a kid, and like not as a kid, but like 3 years prior to me wrestling, and just being like, wow, this is Sean Christopher and Kevin Ryan. Like that's so crazy. And then we lost contact for a little while, but here in the last year and a half, we've like started hanging out. I call him every day, so like he's still a very close person to me. So I think a lot of him. So
oh, that's cool.
This is amazing how nice you are because you're so mean in the ring.
yeah, yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Love it. Love being the old man in the room. So let me
Don't
ask
we
you
all?
this: are you more of
We
a
all
fan
do.
of singles or tags?
I'd say singles. I like singles better, but I do both. Part triple nines with Hunter Drake occasionally, but other than that, I personally like singles more. That's just me.
So we're going to be covering one of your singles matches in a little bit, but what would you say has to be your favorite tag team match that you've been a part of?
Oh man, that's a hard question.
He's a killer. He's a killer.
Dang.
Or do you want to just name a couple notable ones?
Yeah, I can. There was it was me and Hunter at KFW versus Jackson Drake and Tyler Franks in a ladder match. That match was crazy. That match was like that was wild. Me and Sean Campbell against Donnie Prom Tom and Shug D. That was
I hate that guy. Donnie Primetime, I hate that guy.
Donnie, dude.
He cut a promo on me at New South and hurt my feelings.
Dude, no one likes Donnie, dude, or Donnie Janela. I don't know what he goes by now. I don't give a shit about him, so I really can't. Like, I don't know what he goes by. I don't know.
I got a nickname for him, but I'm not gonna say it on the show.
Yeah,
He's a Southern gentleman, you know.
Let's see. In I think that Wasted Generation versus Petty and Pink, Dylan McQueen versus Kinsey Page. That match is was probably is my favorite tag match I've ever had.
That was a
live for
great
that one,
match.
baby. I was live for that one.
Yeah, the match was
That's cool.
Awesome.
We covered
You know-
that one in
Yeah, we
it was
covered
episode
that.
45.
Yeah, a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, we just covered that one. That's crazy.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that is. So speaking of tag team, we got WrestleMania coming up here in a couple weeks. And here at the Kickout Crew, we got a little thing called Cockamania. And what we're going to do
Working title.
KOC, just so you know what he's talking about. Of course, he has to incorporate this into every show, one way or another, even though I tell him not to.
Yes, I do. So
Funny, huh?
we're picking dream matches that you can have with certain opponents. So I got a couple of tag teams, but I'm going to ask you one, and I just want if you were able to go to a pay-per-view event, WrestleMania, and you've seen this tag team in action, who would be your dream opponent? It could be somebody that's already retired. It could be anybody, but it's 99% not going to happen. So for you, I'm going to ask you is the Outsiders.
Okay.
You're allowed to say Cabana Man Dan if you need to.
Yeah, friends of the show.
The Outsiders.
He does this all the time, by the way. He just asks a random question, expects you to know off the top of your head. He's been thinking about it for 24 hours.
Yeah. So I don't know. Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash, Scott Hall,
Yeah.
put in the ring with somebody right now. Who do you think they would go good against? I'll tell you mine for this tag team. I would say End Zone Cass.
Okay.
I was thinking the Usos probably.
Yeah.
I was thinking Wasted Generation.
There
honestly.
it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I like that answer. I'm gonna go with that answer as well.
Okay. So I was actually going to ask everybody a separate one. So I was going to ask another one we got is New Age Outlaws. So Adam, New Age Outlaws. Who would you
This
like
son
to
of a
them to go
bitch
against?
is going off outline again.
Shut up.
There is, we have timestamps, pal.
I know. That's why I'm going quick. I said one per person.
All right. Well, I'll say the Smoking Guns.
Ooh,
There it is.
There's your curveball.
There it is.
James,
Shoot.
acclaim.
Anybody. That's what I'm saying. Nah, Road Warriors, man. Let's go.
That's good. Devin, I'm gonna go with you for the Usos.
I'm gonna go with Petty and Pink. Watched them a couple weeks ago. That was fun.
Freaking kiss ass,
Okay.
huh?
Now, Brad, for you, I am going to do a very special one.
I'm sure.
And I'm going to do Sunshine and Precious as a tag team.
Well, I'll tell you who would be the best team against Sunshine and Precious because this is exactly what they were. How about the B team?
Oh.
Shots fired, Amy.
What about the Killer Bees?
You-
Don't forget about them.
You're supposed to pick a female tag team for that one. So.
Nah. I wasn't supposed to do anything. You don't make any rules, Mike. You just ask questions.
Yeah, you have a
Random
problem against
question.
interest in your matches, Mike?
That's
No,
right. We don't go by rules.
Getting back to our interview here with our special guest,
I had to
Brady-
throw that in there.
Brayden. You were talking about. Did you say your dad has a wrestling promotion?
Yeah, he used to. He used to run two of them. When I when I was first born, he everyone in Athens, Alabama, they went by APW, and then he slowly got out of it, and then EWA became a thing, and one of his buddies who used to book started booking that show, and then his name's Andrew, and then Dad started helping him book. Andrew dipped out, so then Dad started running that for like a year and a half, and then he ran 2 indie promotions.
So he trained you?
Yeah, he had a pretty good bit in my training. He did.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's really cool, man. I think that's really, really great. So how old did you say when you first started?
Well, 15.
15.
15.
Howdy. All right. Well, I won't do all the questions. Do you got anything for him, James?
I got a lot of stuff during the match that I want to bring up.
I know I know Devin's got a bunch of stuff written down. We'll maybe a couple more, Devin. We'll get to the match.
Yeah, so we're gonna actually see in the match that your finisher is called the Dirty Pretty.
Yeah.
I was wondering how you came up with that name and the move.
Sean Christopher, actually. Yeah, the move, yeah, and the name Sean Christopher kind of just, yeah, he didn't give it to me. I kind of just took it. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of just took it. Like, he wasn't there, so I was like, dude, I gotta let him shine somehow. Like, I just started hitting the Dirty Pretty. So yeah, it's kind of became a thing. So I know it's kind of crappy, but it's, yeah.
No, that's cool. We see a lot of wrestlers share moves. And, you know, you gotta steal from other people and make your craft. So is there anyone else that you model your work after?
Samoa Joe. A lot of Samoa Joe, because I'm more on the hefty side, and so is he. So I watch a lot of 2002, 2003 Ring of Honor Samoa Joe. That's like my guy. That's my guy. So mainly Samoa Joe. I've been studying a lot of like Joe Coffey lately. So those two, I'd say, have a very big part on who I am in the ring. So.
Oh, that's great.
So if you would be able to train with somebody, it'd be probably Samoa Joe. Like if he had just said, "Hey, come train with me."
Yeah, 100% Samoa Joe. Yeah, I would. I'd go in a heartbeat for sure. All
right, are we ready to tune this up? So just so you know, Brayden, the name of this episode is "Sing That Tune."
Yeah, I like it.
Working title.
Pretty clever around here.
I like it.
Are you doing that, Adam?
Yeah. I got it.
Then I'm going to kick it over to James to do the intro.
All right. Well, hey man, thanks for explaining yourself, giving us, us and the listeners a little bit about you. So I'm pumped up to watch this match because I got a lot of good stuff here. You did a lot of good stuff, I'll put it that way. But what match is that? Oh, it's Kenzie Page versus Brayden Toon. I had to transition somehow. And it's a New South title match, Humongold. It took place Action Clash number 85 from the Singing River Brewing Company in Florence, Alabama. It was taped July 16th of 2022. It aired August 19th of 2022. And supposedly, now I kind of think this is false, but it says here it has a match length of 21:50. I think that's a little short because it's 30 minutes to me, so. But that's pretty much the build up to the match. So, hey, Brayden, man, how did we get here?
Honestly, it kind of just happened. Was one of the things that kind of just happens. They was in Birmingham on a Saturday, and it was Marcus versus Kinsey, and Marcus was like attacking Kinsey. I kind of ran out there, threw the boots to Marcus, and I just got on the microphone. I just called him a shot. It's kind of just how it happened. I just called my own shot, and it led to this day or this night. So,
hey, got to gamble on yourself sometime. I like that.
You got to.
Are we ready to get it rolling?
So yeah, Brayden, you want to give us a countdown?
Yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Everybody hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't want to watch this until we watch it together. I want genuine reaction.
Are we leaving the volume on the whole time?
No.
So just the intro, right? All right.
I hope y'all ready to watch because this man's about to fly. Got the full beard going. I hear you.
Yeah, it was bad back then.
So how old are both of y'all right here?
I am 19. I think Kinsey is 19 or 20.
Dang.
Yeah, we just saw that she just turned 21.
Okay, so she was 20 in this. Yeah, I think she's a year older than me.
Jeez.
So you're not drinking yet, huh?
No.
Not at Top Brewery, anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Did they have to get it cleared to let you in?
Actually, I don't think they did. I think the only show was like that was Top Shelf. I think that was the only show they had to kind of get permission. I think, if I'm remembering correctly.
So how big is that belt in person?
Oh, it's huge. It's just ginormous.
It covered
How much does it weigh?
completely.
I think I heard 8 pounds, but then I also heard 12. So I'm not really sure which one it was. But it's probably on the 12 side because it's heavy.
I was
It's heavy.
thinking 15.
It is. I wouldn't be shocked if it was 15. It's heavy.
All right, so Brayden Toon, introduced on commentary right there was Hunter Drake. You mentioned earlier that he's one of your close friends. So do you have a really close relationship with Kenzie as well?
Actually, yes, I do. Yeah, I love them two dearly. Like outside the ring, them two are one of my like biggest like supporters. I'd say like them two mean so much to me outside of wrestling. So this match was also special to me because Hunter Drake was on commentary and I was one-on-one with Kenzie Page. So this match was special in a lot of ways.
It's like all you three in one match.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Well, we get to see Hunter Drake go up against Kenzie Page here pretty soon because he's the 2023 Haas tournament winner.
That's gonna be a great match. I'm so excited for that one.
When you're wrestling Kenzie Page, do you think you're like in the match, like wrestling a female, or do you think you're, just kind of maybe wrestling somebody like smaller, like a Rey Mysterio or something like that?
I'd say Rey Mysterio. I'd say, I just Rey Mysterio would probably be the one because I don't know. I don't even think Rey Mysterio because I think she hits way harder than Rey Mysterio because she was knocking me dumb. Like she was hitting hard.
Well, luckily we have Rey Mysterio here. He's gonna go ahead and hit you, and we're gonna see.
Testing that unkillable name. She was trying to test it out.
Yeah, she was for sure.
Do you try to ease it up a little bit, whether like kind of like on the punches and stuff like that, or is she just one of the ones that kind of says, just bring it in, I can handle it?
Yeah, for sure. She's definitely one of the toughest female competitors out there today. And it's not a false accusation when they say she, is the best because she is 100%, I think, one of the best female wrestlers going today. And that's 100% honesty. She brings it too, so she expects it, the same energy. So every time I'm in the ring with her, I try to match the energy. It's hard to do sometimes, but I'll try.
Hey, this chair spot coming up.
Yep.
Looks painful as fuck. So what was that like? Because that looks like it hurt like a motherfucker.
I hated it. It hurt so bad, but the fans back there, hitting the ground with the chairs, that just was like, I remember watching that and it was like, dang, these people, like, I got a good reaction out of this. I'm not
gonna lie. We've been, watching a lot of New South stuff lately, especially with the sponsoring the Haas tournament. But I will say that the crowd is like always like real amped up. Like, what's it like to, because it's not like you have 70,000 people there, but they're loud as shit like all the time. So what's that like? Just a close knit, like, they're into it type of shit.
It's awesome. I love it. There's no crowd like New South when they say they have the best fans in the South. That I really believe that because, like, no matter what it is, if it's the beginning of the match, the pre-show, or the end of the match, or even hell after the end of the show, there's that extra match. Sometimes those crowds are given 110%, no matter who's in the ring. So it's always cool to not even sometimes be in the ring, but just in the crowd, like seeing the environment outside the ring is also special in 1,000 ways.
It looks
What is it like
badass.
working? What is it like working with a crowd like that? Like you're so close to them. When you guys go outside the ring, you're pretty much in the crowd. Is it like another set of eyes you got to watch on? Like, I mean, are you paying attention to where everybody's at, or how's that work?
Yeah, 100%. When I'm outside, I try to like my main focus is little kids. I don't ever want to get near the little kids. I don't ever want to,
You're on it.
jeopardize that little kid. I don't. That's just my thing. Adults kind of have or like teenagers kind of have that mindset. Okay, this like 200-pound man's coming my way. Maybe I should move. The little kids don't. They're like, oh, it's a wrestler. Cool.
Right.
I always try to be very aware in those situations when I'm that close.
Okay.
That was a Uranagi
kinda-
you just gave, correct?
Yes. Yes.
That was an incredible looking move. You guys have great chemistry. How many times have you said you worked together?
This is our first singles match, and we had 2 tag matches.
Yeah, just
Okay.
great chemistry for sure.
This match is really good. I love it.
What do you prefer to work? Do you prefer babyface or heel?
I love babyface. I love it so much.
That
I
is
was
such
always
an
a heel
unusual thing to
character.
say. Yeah, that's unusual.
Heel is so much fun to do because it's just so much fun. It's so easy.
I'm just not a. I just can't be mean to someone, even if it's like I don't mean any harm by it. It just feels awkward. I don't know. I don't like it.
I don't mind it at all.
I like having that connection with the fans. So
Did you guys like get ready for this match, or is this more like call it in the ring, call it as you go? And who's calling the match?
dude, that's so funny you asked that question. And here's why. So it was shoot like 30 minutes. And
Right.
we called the whole match thinking, under the impression that we have 30 minutes called. But we don't. We have like 7 minutes called, and you'll see when Tyler Franks comes out in like the next probably, I don't know, minute, 2 minutes, that was supposed to be the end of the first match. And it wasn't. That was 7 minutes in this match. So then we
Right.
had to like, not me at all, because I didn't know what to do. Kenzie Page was like, hey, she just started like doing things. And I was like, okay, I'm just feeding off you. So like, she definitely carried me in this match. I'm not gonna lie. So it was a little bit of both. There's Tyler Franks right there as I'm speaking about it. That was supposed to be the end of the match right
Mhm.
there.
End of the
And it
match.
wasn't.
We got 23 minutes to go here.
Yeah. And Jesse's saying that. So they have a mic, and Jesse's like, hey, like, we still have like a lot of time left. What do we do? And we're like, I don't know. And so Kenzie, I guess, the vet card just hit her, and she was like, and she took over. And I'm very grateful for that for sure.
That says a lot. Her being
is
as young as she is and turning into a ring general like that. That's amazing.
Dude, she's so good, man. Like she's really good. So
It's so hard to come off the cuff like that, especially when you're just learning, because I've been in that instance once or twice to where, oh God, well, we thought we had planned 10 minutes, whatever, and turns out it was only like 6. So we still got 4 minutes to fill in. What the hell do we do?
exactly. It's something that stresses you out for sure.
So I got a 2-part question. If Kenzie Page would come up to you right now and say, hey, I got offers by WWE and AEW, both similar contracts, money-wise, everything else, what do you think she would fit best in? Would it be WWE or AEW?
Man, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't really know. I'd say AEW. I would say AEW.
You think
Just
she should
because
have been in there?
That way she can be
They
herself.
They do more work wrestling matches instead of storyline telling.
yeah, I think she'd get more matches, but also like she can do both. She can tell a story outside the ring, and she also tell a story inside the ring. So no matter where she goes, I think she'll be very successful.
It's so interesting you just said
Okay.
that, because I was thinking
Well-
the same thing. It's interesting you said that, because I feel like when I'm watching these New South matches, that there is a lot of story being told for an independent promotion. I mean, how much you guys put a lot of emphasis on that, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, a lot of effort and work goes on behind the curtain. I'm specifically Corman Michaels, Dom Sanders, Brendan Williams, and there's more to be named, but those people put so much time and effort not only into the production but the storylines to make New South so different from a lot of promotions around here. It's wild. Like some nights call times are like 1 o'clock in the evening, and like we're just there filming promos, going over storylines, having like meetings. So there's a lot of effort that goes on in these storylines. So it's always cool for them to pay off as good as they always do.
And Dump Sanders, he lives and breathes New South wrestling.
He does.
I've watched him do it.
He does.
Where would you like to end up if you had the choice between WWE and AEW?
Or Impact or NWA.
Or yeah.
Right now, I'd say, my end goal, of course, is to have that WrestleMania moment. That's my end goal. I think that's anyone's end goal to me, is to have that WrestleMania moment. But right now, if anyone came up to me and they're like, hey, here's a 3-year contract, I would say I would love to go to Impact. I would love starting off. I love to go to Impact just to get the feel of how honestly a contract works. And there's a lot of like great talent at Impact, and I would love to go there and just work all the talent they have and observe a lot of things. Like I grew up watching Impact, so it was like I don't know. I would want to wrestle for every promotion, but
It'd be cool if you wrestled. If you headlined Hard to Kill. The unkillable headline.
That's awesome. Yeah, dude, that's so dope. Yes,
I can see Brayden, Toon, Ace Austin in that match.
That match was actually supposed to happen one time. Believe
Really?
it or not.
Oh.
Ace Austin is amazing, man.
In Ardmore, it was supposed to happen at the EWA that became a thing after the Elmont. Became a thing that was supposed to happen, but I think I got COVID. Yeah, I did get COVID, and I think Sean Campbell actually got to work him.
Freaking COVID.
Okay.
Hey, on that spot where she jumped out of the ring, did you slam your head on the cement and did she hit you in the nuts? Because you grabbed your nuts right after that.
Yes, that did happen. I'm not lying to you at all. She jumped onto me, and of course I caught her, and I got a head full of concrete and
that looked painful, like head slam, and then you just grab your nuts. I was like, man, you got half concussed in the nut shot.
Yeah, dude, it sucked so bad, man. It did. It did.
Devin, you had something, didn't you?
Yeah, it was when we were just giving appreciation to Kenzie. She's been killing it right now in NWA, leading the Pretty Empowered, that whole women's faction. Currently, as we're recording, she's in the semifinals of the TV championship tournament, but she could be in the finals by the time this episode drops.
She could be, and I really hope so, because she definitely, like I said, she deserves it. So I hope nothing but the best for her in the tournament for sure.
Absolutely, I think that you'd fit well in the NWA.
I think so too. I really do.
We've had a few NWA representatives on here, and I really think you'd fit well, especially with our next guest. Next week we have the Thrillbilly Silas Mason on.
Awesome.
I'd love to see you two do battle.
I mean, dude, that's just two big horses going at it, slapping meat. I'd love to.
Horses, I like that.
Oh,
New
yeah.
South talent using horses.
Yes, sir.
You really are playing the exhaustion well, and that continues throughout this match. How much of that is are you really tired? Because it looks real.
Honestly, if I remember correctly, I don't think I was that exhausted. The pacing of this match was so well. But I really wasn't exhausted. In the first 7 minutes, you can tell I was exhausted. I was springboarding off them ropes. It took everything I had. I was gassed. But I don't think the back half I was fine. I surprised myself. But I think a lot of it was just selling, because that's my favorite thing about wrestling is selling. I love it.
Well, it definitely shows in this one.
Yeah, you do a good job on this one.
That was always my favorite, because I was always a smaller competitor. So I just got my ass threw around anyway. So I couldn't help but to sell.
I love it, dude. I love selling. That's I don't know. I've always, because I grew up with a brother, an older brother who was wrestling as well. So he would just try moves on me, and I didn't care about the moves. I just wanted to sell the moves. So I think that progressed. until to what we're seeing now.
Kenzie has great facials too. She can just, you can tell how much pain it looks like she's in. I mean, she's improved so much in the last 2 years that I've seen her.
It's crazy. She gets it sometimes because she'll hold that elbow, and I'm thinking she's hurt. Like there was a time I think with the dive, she was holding like her elbow. I really thought she was hurt. Like I was worried. It was I don't know. She's something special for sure.
So knowing what's going to happen in this match now, and obviously you didn't know at the time, were you involved? Are you involved in a lot of time limit draws?
No, not for no. I think this is my first ever one. Actually, this is my first ever time limit draw. It is, yeah.
That was a good transition right there by her.
That transition was sick. This whole little spot was done so perfectly.
And this is called on the spot.
Yeah. It was.
What do you prefer to work with? Somebody smaller, somebody like Kenzie Page's size, or a bigger person? Like, what would you rather wrestle?
That's a good question. I think there's pros to both of them, but I think someone more my statue, I'd say, and that's like by a very slim margin, I would say, because I love both of them, but like just like having that story there that we're both the same size, who's gonna fall first kind of thing, is like, I don't know.
Big thing.
Seeing you with somebody smaller is always good too, because y'all can match speed for speed, and it really shows how quick and how fast you can move in the ring. Because I've seen you do some crazy shit.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean you're very athletic in this match too. So I mean, when you said something about Samoa Joe, I mean that's who I see when I see you.
Thank you.
I mean you have a lot of his style, and it works good. It's great.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that.
You have great springboards too. I mean that's what surprises me when I first saw you. I said, man, this big guy's jumping off the ropes and just.
I appreciate it. I don't have a lot of people to thank because they've shaped me to who I am today. So
I know we're talking about the singles match now, but I want to go back to the Wasted Generation match versus Petty and Pink real quick, because your chemistry with Sean Campbell and working as a heel there, even though you say you don't like it, was pretty incredible. How many times have you guys worked together?
And
like a lot of times. Have you and Sean worked together as a tag team? Was it over a year? Or?
No. New South was our first ever tag. Like that was the first time we ever tagged.
That's something you wouldn't have known.
I appreciate that. We've known each other for a good bit since Eltmont EWA days. We've known each other, so we've known each other for a good bit. We've had that like chemistry there behind the scenes. So I think when we had the opportunity to tag, I think it kind of just became more, more noticeable, I guess would be the word.
Now, where's he been here lately? I ain't seen him at a lot of New South shows.
I'm not sure. I know TWE. He was just on ICW, so that's dope.
Cool.
He got a full spot, I think. So that's cool. He was in the pit, so that's dope. He showed out, so that's cool. And I think just Chattanooga. I think he's been working on himself. If I'm understanding correctly.
So when you call that spot, do you call that spot like, "Hey, I'm gonna slam your face into the fucking corner"? Like what's that one called?
I literally. So we so the first time she counted the Dirty Pretty into the sleeper hold. She kind of was just talking. She was like, "Hey, do this, come to me," and it was a little bit of me too. We was kind of just bouncing ideas, like literally bouncing ideas off each other, like while we're milking it. So it was like. It was really dope to like experience that because like we're talking, and it was like she's like, "What if we do this?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, but like I'll do this." She's like, "Okay, do it." And I was like, "Okay, dope." So that's what kind of just happened.
I don't see you talking. That's pretty amazing thing too. Of course, it is dark.
You have to really watch to catch them talking. I mean,
it was.
And if I didn't know what to look for, I wouldn't even notice it.
Know it all, Adam. Right?
Yeah, look at this guy. As an in-ring performer.
The new sensation. I'm surprised he didn't jump in on this. Here we go. The dirty birdie, right?
Dirty Pretty. Yes,
Dirty
sir.
Pretty. I thought I heard it wrong. All right, damn it.
You're good. You're good.
That's
That's
great
right
move.
up there with the flip flop chop right there, buddy.
No, there you go. Even better.
Oh.
I like the quickness of that. Like it was all just like real fluid. Like, is that something that you take time to work on, or is it just kind of a feel thing? Like you just feel it in the moment?
You kind of just feel it. I'd say you kind of just feel it. Like, yeah, you kind of just feel it. And also, like, we had spots saved. Like, Tyler came out, then we started brawling. I shit canned her, brawling some more. So some of this, like, you'll see now. Like the Dirty Pretty, it was, I think, the first thing we started hitting again since Tyler came out. So we knew that was going to happen. It was just a matter of, like, when Jesse gives us the time, Iggy, like, when we're going to hit this. So it was that kind of thing.
What's his nickname, Tyler Franks? Is it all beef? Is it
I think
all
so.
meat or all beef?
That's
All beef.
fantastic.
All beef, Tyler Franks.
Hell yeah. Because we want a pork hot dog, right?
One of the things I absolutely love in this match is how often you guys are going for the cover. Is that something that you guys kind of emphasized on? Like, make sure we're trying to win this match.
Yeah, and yeah, for sure. Especially here, this storytelling right here was all Kinsey Page. 100%. When the first time they start to count the time, I think it's right here. I think they're like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You can see I'm trying to cover. And I make the cover on like the one count. Like one, it stopped. Then the next time, it's 1, 2. And then I didn't get the third time because I lost. But the storytelling of that whole thing was phenomenal.
It was good, man. Hey, for you to be that young and just fucking like you kill this part, like from here on out, this whole match is badass. Like I love it, because which graded y'all swear, 5 more fucking minutes. But I like because the crowd gets into it, like everybody's amped up, and I mean this is the type of shit I watch wrestling for. Like the crowd's into it, everybody's like let's go. Like that's the shit I love.
Thank you. It was special being there. So.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, even with Kinsey Page doing it, her as a champion, like saying, no, I'm not going to win this way. I want to win, so that shows something in her too.
Exactly.
Are we there yet? Are we there for the end of the first part or no?
That was the end of the first.
That was the end of the first.
Okay,
part, wasn't it?
so I just want everybody at home, if you're following along, to understand that this went to a time limit draw, and they gave him 5 more minutes. But and what you just said is so true, that she wants to win that way. What's so great about this New South is if you're not watching New South, you're missing out. There is story here. People are on the edge of their seats, like everybody is saying, and everybody in this ring knows exactly what they're doing, and they're all super young. You're going to see guys like Brayden, Toon, and Kenzie Page on the bigger stage sooner than later.
Thank you.
I agree.
Thank you so much.
Everybody can wrestle, man. It's about telling that story. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, y'all do a great job drawing the crowd in, getting them involved.
You're rubber legging like a mofo, man.
Yeah, the selling in this.
Yeah, it's good.
So you don't understand. You're dealing with 4 absolute nerds of wrestling here. And it takes a lot to get us excited, really, anymore, because we watch so much. But this is good shit.
Thank you.
I agree, and I'm kind of new to like more the independent stuff, like especially like New South and stuff. And everything I watch on it, I'm loving every minute of it.
Here we go.
It's great.
Man, she's
Right.
laying that in.
Dude, I love how you just flop down. I love it.
Thank you.
You made her look like she killed you.
She did. She blocked my shit.
I guarantee. I bet you. She's like, if you don't bring it in with me, she probably gets pissed off at you in the back, because if you don't lay it in with her, she's probably like, look, don't take it easy on me. You better lay it in on me and lay it in hard. Like,
Yeah,
she expects a little bit more, don't she?
100%.
And Brayden, we have a lot of non-wrestling fans that listen in, one being my dad, and he uses that dreaded F word. And I don't mean the F-U-C-K word. You know what word I mean. Like, it's not real.
Nah.
You guys are hitting each other. You guys are landing on chairs. There is nothing F word about it.
Half concussed nut shot in one move.
Uh,
Dude, yeah, he gets the
How frustrating does that hearing that word, Brayden? How mad does it make you? It pisses me off. I hate it.
In case you didn't know.
It doesn't really irritate me as much as like, people say like it irritates them, which is fine. They have the full right to. But I think my father being in the business and going to school and like wearing like the event shirts and like kids saying, "Dude, that shit's fake." And I'm like, no, it's not. So I had like, my whole childhood like getting so mad about it. I'm like, okay, yeah, like it like may be fake, but guess what? You cannot fake. You cannot fake these like 1,000 concussions I've had. You can't, fake my 10 broken toes, my 2 fucked up shoulders, my partial like paralyzed. You can't like fake that stuff, So everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But I think, we all know the truth. We all know like this shit's far from fake. You can't it may be, some punches may be pulled, but once you bump on that ring, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it real fast.
Yeah. I agree. And like, with that word, my stepdad was big on that. Like, oh, that's fake. I don't want to watch, this and that and everything else. And he actually called me a couple months ago because one of my nephews big in wrestling, and my stepdad knew I was like, I just can't get into it, this, that, and everything else. I'm like, I said, there's been just as much, if not more, career-ending injuries in wrestling than there has been in like football.
It is.
I mean, and it's just one of those things. There's been just as many, if not more, people that's been hurt and cannot work no more in wrestling than there is in football. So think about that. Like when you say all that, he's like, I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, it is something to think about. Especially, I'm seeing it every day, and not even in myself, but my father wrestled for 21 years, and his back is blown, like his back is shot. 4 bulging discs, 2 ruptured discs, I think, bone spurls in his back. 2 discs that's rubbed together so much it's not even there anymore, and it hurts him to even get out of his car. And it's all thanks to wrestling. So it's like, I know that like this shit, like I'm sorry, this stuff has a
No, you can cuss on here.
No, this
Okay,
shit,
awesome.
yeah.
I
know this shit like has, repercussions, but this is all I know. Like, I wasn't taught to change oil in a vehicle, change a tire, change some brakes. I was taught to wrestle. So I think that's my calling in life. And I've said that since 15 to now. So I think it's just a matter of time. So it's something that I know in the back of my head, I'm 20 years old. My body hurts already. So it's just a matter of time at this point. So
I've told the guys the bumping in the ring wasn't as bad as hitting the ropes. Hitting the ropes is what threw me for a loop.
Yeah, that don't feel good. Like hitting the ropes, man, it sucks.
Do you have a recovering plan type deal? Like, after a match, you have 1 or 2 days off or something, or even if you only have 1 day off, like, is there anything you do to help relax your body? That way you can kind of heal better.
Yeah, I'll just take.
Do you do like an ice bath or anything like that afterwards?
Yeah, I'll do an ice bath, and then I'll take an Epsom salt bath the next day. Like when I wrestle, I'll go home and take an ice bath. The next morning, I'll wake up and I'll take an Epsom salt bath, and then I'll come to the gym, and they got this little like massage chair with like water, like I think it's like hydro massage.
You must go to Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
I love that chair. I love that chair.
It's great, dude. It's awesome.
So I just want to touch on what's going on in the match here. This is you pleading for the 5 more minutes with the referee who's telling you hell no, but they
5 more fucking minutes.
Yeah, but they do allow it. So this was a second extension of the match.
Yes, sir.
And again, you said that you were done after 7 minutes, which makes this all even more interesting to me.
Done after 7 minutes. Done after 7 minutes. When Jesse said we still have 30 minutes to go, and I just hit the moonsault, Tyler's coming out, we knew we was in trouble. Well, I thought we was in trouble with Kenzie Page. She's just calm as it can be, and she's like, "No, we're gonna be okay." And I'm like, "Okay, I trust you." So I know I was in good hands.
You're really not even breathing hard right here. It doesn't look like.
I was Yeah, I think the little running spot at the end of this got me. I think you can tell it got me in a second because I'm laying there and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm glad this match is over now.
30 minutes in the ring is a whole lot different than 30 minutes on a treadmill, running. I mean, yeah.
I ain't doing that either. So.
And it's not like you guys are laying down for like 3 or 4 minutes. You know, I mean, every now and then, you know, if you see a long match like this, you see them. I mean, they do a big move and they're laid out for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys down there for a minute or two, but that's about it. I mean, just enough to catch your breath and
We're
right here. You guys are going right back at it, full blown.
Exactly. It was great.
He is
You
beating the
you
living
do real
shit
good
out
not
of
hit
you.
her in the face.
Yeah, it doesn't look like she's pulling any punches there.
Boom.
Oh,
Oh man.
Ooh, that was smooth, man. That is smooth.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
you do
That was
real
my first
good
ever
not
nipple.
punching her in the face too. You give her elbows and forearms, but you never punch her in the face.
Exactly.
That's a gentleman.
Yeah.
This freaking guy.
So this is the part that exhausted you? Threw on the ropes here?
Yeah, I'm real glad this match was over right here because boy, I couldn't go no more.
Oh, small package.
And that's it.
And it came out to be like a good finish because, I mean, you can tell you both wore out. You're both
Good
tired.
finish. Hey, I like it.
And-
Don't get me wrong, but when I watched it, I was just like, a fucking roll up, man. That match kicked so
Yeah,
much
but
ass.
It,
But hey,
to me, it makes
want
sense.
more, man. That's good storytelling. I dig it. But
Right, that's the thing.
roll up.
To me, it makes sense. Like I said, y'all went in 30 minutes, and I mean, you're both tired,
Yeah.
and that was your last straw right there. Boom. Just
I'd
that
love to see a
roll up,
backslide. A
and-
backslide would have popped me big.
Yeah, I like that. I like the idea. I think the idea was the roll up was Tyler Franks cost me the match, and then he came in after the match and he did a promo because he was also feuding McKenzie. Hunter was feuding McKenzie. They're trying to get the belt. You know, they had that tag. You know, like Tyler and Hunter, they you know had that tag chemistry. Well, I think Tyler was like, you know, whose side am I on? And it kind of was like, wait a second, was it Hunter that put him up to this, or is Kenzie trying to like get Tyler one-on-one kind of thing? So it did make sense, but also a different finish kind of would have been cool, you know. But
Well, I heard
No,
right
I
at
like
the end of that
Josh.
match. My first
Sorry.
time watching through that, you can hear the commentators. They're saying, Franks has his foot. He's got his foot.
yeah,
So
he
I definitely could see the screw job there.
he got me. He got me good. I always seem to get screwed out when it comes to the big opportunity for the damn human gold. So
Hey, I do want to say, Carmen did bust out one line that I have to put in because it was G shit right here.
This is what he does. This is what James does. I love it.
Hey, man, I loved it. It's the woman who doesn't fear death against the man that death won't touch.
Boom.
That was awesome. I don't remember exactly what part he said that. I think it was when she was on your back and he slammed her in the corner.
yeah,
He said that, and I was like, oh, that is so badass.
the Carmen's the man, dude. He knows his shit, and it's awesome. It is so awesome. He's a genuine person too. He's a great person to talk to. So he's the man. I love him to death.
I do have a question from one of our fans, if you have a second for that.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
this is our good friend of the show, Allison Faye. She said, if you could resurrect someone from the dead to face, who would it be and why? And what color hair would he have? I added that at the end. You don't have to say that.
Oh man, who would it be?
These questions, I know. You would think Mike asked you, right?
Right.
Let's see.
Welcome to the
It
kick
probably
out
had to be Eddie Guerrero.
There it
It
is.
had to
Oh,
be.
Man,
boy,
good
these guys
yes.
aren't going to shut the hell up now.
I
You
can
said the
see
magic
it.
word. The forbidden word.
Had to be.
We
Every
have an
time
Eddie
his
Guerrero
name is
match.
mentioned, we just go on
Oh.
tangents. Big
Oh,
And I'm
fans
just
of
saying like
Eddie
this.
on this podcast, for sure.
Yeah, they're Eddie fans. They're bigger than me. I like them, but geez.
Yes.
Legend.
Oh, knocking shit over.
Brayden, I got one last personal question for you. From me.
Personal. Ooh.
Awesome.
Wow.
Wow.
Here we
Have
go.
you ever tried a nitro Pepsi?
What?
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus
Jesus.
Christ.
No.
This Pepsi is brewed with nitrogen instead of CO2. It's
Hell,
just
you'd
a
think they paid
thicker,
us.
That's why it
smoother
tastes like
Pepsi.
shit.
It's fantastic. I represent it every week to these guys.
You
You
didn't
should try
pour
it
it
sometime.
straight up
One
and
year.
down though. You poured it at an angle. Amateur.
Yeah. One year, and we're still not sponsored by Nitro Pepsi. Go figure.
Why would they
We're
sponsor
trying.
us? We talk about them every week for free. What else you guys got? You got more questions, right? Come on, Devin. I know you got more.
I got one.
Go ahead.
All right, I got to know what your favorite dad joke is.
Uh,
My favorite, my dad joke.
he's 20 years old.
Yeah, I don't think I even have any dad jokes. I don't
He's
think
rolling his eyes at dad jokes still.
Ah,
this man have any dad jokes. I don't know.
I've got a book.
I got one for you.
Oh, what the hell?
Saturday night. It's Saturday night. Sitting out there having a couple of drinks. Have a couple people over. Cooking on the grill. What are you cooking?
That's funny. Waka waka.
It's not a joke. It's a Mike's Meat
Well,
Man.
now I realize it.
We can. I do a Mike's Meat Minute on our show, so I'd give out recipes.
It always
and stuff
takes
like that,
longer
so.
than a minute.
You got a
That's the
special
point.
recipe for Mike? Something that you make?
Mike, I do. I don't have nothing on Mike. I make, but do you grill a lot?
I do, yes, all the time.
Yeah, he's like
Okay.
religious griller.
Okay, I don't know if you have like academy around you, but if you go to Academy Sports, there is a seasoning, and it's called Voodoo, and it's
I heard of it.
Yeah, it's Pitmaster, and dude, that stuff is wonderful, and it's Holy Cow is one too. That stuff's good. I love it.
You put on everything.
Everything. I even put it in my chili for no reason. I'll just
Yeah.
pop it open. I'll just
See?
shake it in there. It's lit.
There you go. That's a good season to have. I have a couple of seasons I do that too. I'll put in add everything.
It's
Everybody's like, oh, everything tastes just the same. I'm like, yes, just the way I like it.
just I like it. I don't like change. You get it, yeah.
There you go. Awesome. I'll try that. Like I said, I know I had the voodoo before, so.
It's great. I like it.
Mhm.
Was there anything you'd like to kind of plug? Anything you got coming up? Like any shows, matches we need to check out?
I don't think so. I'm going to Boston next weekend, the 23rd and the 24th. I'll be in Boston. I'll be on Wrestling Open out there in Massachusetts. And then the 25th is New South. I'll be in a scramble match or a fatal four-way, I guess. It's Brennan Cole, Rondo Perez, Marcus Dillon, and myself. Hopefully I get the dub. Rolando Perez, dude. What a guy.
Hey, he plays a good heel because he looks like a jackass, so I'll boo him every day. I'll pay money to watch him lose. He's good. He's that good. I'll pay money like someone beat him up.
So beat him up, dude.
But you talking about the nicest guy? I mean, he's got time for everybody.
You have anything coming up in like Georgia or the Carolinas or anything? That's kind of my neck of the woods.
I have a show actually Saturday in Georgia, in Chatsworth, Georgia. I think RCW.
Chatsworth?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll look it up real quick and see what I can find out. So.
Yeah, this yeah. So yeah, it is Chatsworth, Georgia. It's RCW.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's really
I know in June, New South has a show in Huntsville, and you may see some of us.
Yep.
Mm.
Probably all but
saying.
one.
Like the 20-something,
23rd, 24th, I believe.
something like that. Yeah.
23rd, 24th.
You'll probably see a lot of us there, bro. For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, good to meet you in person. You know.
Yeah. In
Yeah, I'm
June,
looking forward
mind
to
you.
it.
So, this is like a
Got
3-month heads up.
Yeah.
Any advance tickets? No, I'm kidding.
Hey, in those 3 months, if you start making that real big climb, man, remember us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is my first ever podcast, dude. Yeah, it's lit.
We're your first ever?
Yeah, it's first ever podcast. I've never been on one. It was
Wow,
awesome.
damn.
Oh, imagine that.
You
Well,
have an
welcome to the
open
Kickout
invitation.
Crew.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You have an open invitation, brother. Come back anytime.
Absolutely.
I'd love to.
Yeah, and I don't know if so the name Kickout Crew, obviously it's a wrestling pun, but it's kind of one of those like when life gets you down, kick out at 2.
I kick out it too. I love that shit
He's-
because life ain't
Yeah,
always
you
you,
know-
it looks like you've kicked out at 2 quite a bit,
Yeah.
You said Chatworth, Georgia, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, cool. That's only like 2 hours away from me. So
Awesome.
maybe I'll try to look it up and try to get over there.
Yeah, it's my first time there, so I don't really know what to expect. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Bunch of
Me
guys
neither,
that look
but-
like Mike, probably.
Hey,
That's all. That's everywhere in the South. You're not from Alabama, are you? Are you, Brayden?
No, I'm originally from Pulaski, Tennessee. Moved
Okay.
down here. Yeah.
So you're used to this Southern wrestling stuff.
Yeah, I am. I grew up around it my whole life, and it wasn't like the good like Memphis days. No, it was like the shittiest outlaw mud show shit I've ever been to in my life. And I grew up and I was like, dude, this shit's dope. I love this wrestling. And then literally last weekend, I went to my homeboy's house. His name is Brady, and that's like my boy. Like I first met him at my dad's show, and his uncle was wrestling, so we kind of like connected. And I actually had my first ever match with him at 8 years old at that show. So like technically I had my first ever wrestling match at 8 years old, and then it was like one little thing. My dad was like, "Hey guys, somebody called out. Go home and get your gear." My mom took me to get my gear. But on the way there, we got Brady's gear. Came back. I wrestled when I was 8 years old. Thought I was the coolest human all time. And we kicked it off. And I literally went to his house last weekend. I watched my dad's promotion, and it was the shittiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I grew up and I'm like, dude, this is awesome. I love it. And then it was horrible. I was just like, dude, this shit don't make sense. Like, you can tell they're drunk. They're all messed up on drugs. And I'm like, what is going on?
When you get a little training, you kind of know what to look for a little bit. And you're like, oh, wow, what was I thinking?
It was dumb. Some dude like leg dropped somebody's arm on the outside. I was like, what is going on? It was mad stupid, man.
Oh, I love it, man. Thank you so much for coming on with us, man. And thank you for staying in touch with me.
Yeah, definitely, dude. I look forward to coming on soon again. So
You got anything
got
as far as people getting in touch with you? You got socials or anything you want to put out there?
yeah, my Twitter is Toon_Brayden. My Facebook is Brayden Toon. Instagram is Toon_1223.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. I know the guy.
yeah. Thank you very much for coming on. It's been fun. I love this episode so much already. So thank you.
That was good. Very good. Thanks so much. Go get
Thank
your
you.
girl, man. Go get your girl now.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, guys. You guys have a good one.
All right, Brayden. See you,
you
brother.
too.
Thank you again.
Yes,
Peace,
sir.
man.
See you, buddy.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was awesome. That was really cool.
I didn't realize he was that
badass.
young.
Well,
Yeah,
20 years old.
I mean, I saw the match and they said he was 19, and I didn't know if that was real or not. But
That was some wrestling.
again, like
ages.
we know, if he was 19 in 2015, he would be 23 now. So
Damn.
it's way after
I thought
that.
he was in
So
his
he's like-
mid-20s already.
Yeah, you can't even buy beer.
So what do you guys want to do now?
Are
Oh,
we-
hey, according to the outline, it's the hottest rising segment. You know, is that what we're doing?
Yeah, he can go there.
Fucking
Just
hey, we're
remember,
doing it.
just remember, the second match is a watch along.
Ooh.
Oh,
Watch
geez.
along series on both matches.
Right? Who
Better
are
talk-
we? Fucking, you know, who do we think we are?
Hey, we don't even have a timestamp.
Whoever you think you are, I am.
I haven't bought a stamp in years. I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, it is time for the hottest rising segment in wrestling and all podcasts today. You know it. I know it. We all know it. That's right. It's Waka 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 with Adam. So Adam, take it away.
I got you a couple of corny ones this time.
Is one of them mine?
God,
see
every
that.
fucking week we deal with Mike. No, you didn't read mine.
I listen to jokes just to send him, and he don't ever fucking read them.
I swear to God, I think you sent it to another phone number because it ain't mine.
He only replies to half of them.
I replied to any of them. Because I don't even get them. All right, let's see here. All right, let's go with this one.
At least Devin answered me when I message him and call him.
I answered
Same.
Devin too.
Everyone answers me. I love it.
How we doing? We got the jokes or not?
So when does a joke actually become a dad joke?
When you
After
have a
as
kid.
kids.
When it becomes apparent?
That
Waka
Gene.
waka waka.
was
a
funny.
good
I knew
one.
it was
That
in
is a
your
good
mind.
joke. That
I
is
tell
a
you
good
what,
one.
I can tolerate algebra, maybe even a little bit of calculus, but geometry is where I draw the line.
Boom.
Geometry shapes, though.
Now they do formulas and stuff, so you got to draw a line,
That's true.
like the radius, diameter.
Stay in
a
your
math-
square, James. Stay in your square.
I was a math. Well, you can do diameter with a square, I guess. Circles work better. All right. So, what did the T-Rex use to cut wood? A dinosaur.
Man, it was so easy, it was hard.
What she said.
I mean, I laid you up there, man. Laid
Let's
you
see
up.
here.
All right.
All right. Here's your a good corny one. How did the pirate get his ship for so cheap? It was on sale.
Ah,
I like that one.
SAIL sale.
And I didn't even send that one to you.
I think.
Yeah, we know you didn't
here-
send it because he read it.
Mike's is downloading it. It's still downloading. That's why I ain't got
Waka
it.
waka waka.
I apologize. I'm waiting on it
Damn.
to come in, and it's not doing it.
No, it's all right because we got our friends over at the Zip Row Codes.
saw that coming.
Jesus
They do
Christ.
dad
Nice.
jokes. They'll get me in. I trust you, Ben. I got you.
He's the only one I trust.
Boom.
Yeah, well,
Shout
I
out
bet you isn't my
Gallagher.
dad.
Been on the show.
Ben does a dad joke, so he'll get my joke in.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what do you call a snake that loves building houses? A boa
Serpent.
constructor.
Oh!
Ooh.
I was gonna say someone in the serpentry.
Look
I
at
don't know.
Last
you.
one. Last one right here. Where do fish keep their money? In a riverbank.
Oh!
Ooh.
There
That's
it is.
good.
I thought that was pretty good.
Ba-bum.
I like that one. So, speaking of jokes and everything, I got a text message earlier today from a friend of the show, Sans Brad, a friend of the show, Amy. Amy Vaughn sent me a message. She is
Love Amy.
She is a great person, Brad. Dick.
Yeah, we all love Amy except for Brad.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys all kiss up
Exactly.
to her. I get it.
I can't
That's
believe
all,
that
just
you're
sucking
just
up
so
to
rude to her.
one of the 3 girls who are in the wrestling group. I get it.
There's like 6. Calm down.
5, 6, yeah.
But I got a message, and she was talking about because spoiler, Brad runs a lot of the Twitter aspect of our social, and she sent me something like, "Hey, tell Brad don't put Brad in charge of the Twitter." I'm trying to class it up, not class it up, but there's a lot of expletives in her rant on you, so I'm trying to edit it for our listeners. But pretty much, Brad doesn't need to be in charge of posting Twitter tweets. And I didn't know what she's mentioned something that she posted and deleted,
All right.
but I was lost on it. I don't really know what happened.
So let me tell you what happened. Okay. So remember how we were talking about the wrestling erotica and how we're not doing it, and we're not. So I was getting ready for the show this week, or talking about the show that aired today, or it'll be last week for you guys now. So the previous show. And I was basically letting everybody know, the state of wrestling erotica is going to be told in episode 46 or 47, 46. And I put this, I Googled the word wrestling erotica and hit the images button. Well, let's just say a lot of dirty stuff come up, right? So, but I found a cartoon and it was a little dirty, but it was like one girl on top of the other, kind of like half dressed. And I'm like, all right, we'll put this one on here. No big deal.
In a Boston Crab, like a Walls of Jericho type move?
Yeah, absolutely. So then I from our good friend Yambag Jones, he comments on it, and it says, it looks like Amy is doing the J-O-B. I'm like, boy, that was ballsy of Yambag Jones. Like, why is he calling out Amy? And then I see it. The title of the book, the cover, has Amy in it. So this actually looks like I specifically put this on here for Amy. Now, listen, we have our problems, no doubt. Me and Amy have our problems, but this was definitely a line that I was not crossing. I erased it immediately, but not immediately enough because
Dude,
she
I'm at
already
work
had-
and get a notification and Yambag's like, looks like Amy's doing the JOB. And I was like, what the fuck did Brad post?
right.
So then I go to it and I was like, why does he think Amy? And then I read it and I'm like, oh shit.
So at this point, Amy had already liked it, which is amazing to me. And you know, listen, I got my issues with Amy, but I sent her a quick message like, look, I'm sorry, that was not a part of the plan. And she sends me back the picture and says, too late, already shared it. So that's what she's talking about.
So once
Can I just
again,
read the
Amy's
title of
correct
this
and
book?
Brad's an
Yeah,
asshole,
go ahead.
pretty
Read the
much
title
is
of the
what
book that
this
I
is.
did not read. Go ahead. Read the title of the book.
Amy Takes Her Bumps, an erotic wrestling collection.
I swear to God, I didn't mean to,
But in Brad's defense, when you look at that picture, I didn't even know there were words on it.
Anyway, yeah, man,
Huh.
when Twitter goes bad, right?
Right? Can't trust a fart, as some would say.
Oh boy,
Oh, that was.
man, I was sweating.
Can't ever trust the
I'm
fart.
at work and just see like Yambag Joe says that. And I was like, what the fuck?
I'm
I
like, why
click
is
on
he
it and I'm like,
calling her out?
"Ooh,
Oh,
this is
because
not,
I already
this is
did.
gonna go one of two ways.
Oh.
We're either hashtag canceled or we're good.
Well,
Amy, thank you for not flipping out. I guess.
Yeah, at least 4 of us like you.
Yeah, for real.
whew, close call. Well, not close. She saw it. So
Right. But
Anyway.
hey, anybody, how's everybody doing? You guys good? This is kind of a roundtable discussion, I guess, huh?
Well, I bought a car this week.
Here we
Yes.
go. I knew Mike would have something.
fuck me.
Yeah, it was.
It's your fault,
It was
Brad. This is
It
your
was a fucking hassle. I'll tell you that much. And in the past, I'd probably say 7 years, anytime I had to buy a car, I had to buy a car because I had to buy a car. Like something fucked up on another one, and I had to get one right then and there. And that's kind of what happened with this one. But I think I kind of got a good deal and good little car this time. So hopefully I don't get fucked over. We'll see. I'll drive for a couple months and hopefully the motor don't blow up. But
It's a 2020,
see.
Mike.
it's a
If the
2020
motor
with
blows
40
up, we got bigger problems.
exactly 2020, 47,000 miles on it. So
Yeah,
I
put
think
some
I did
oil
good
in it.
this time.
Should be fine.
Brad's blue booking it in his head already.
he is.
Well, he
I
asked
don't
me
talk
for
to him.
advice, and of course, he went the opposite direction.
Well, that was not me, okay? Because listen, my
This
old
is
lady
real
did
life,
not
guys. Real
want-
life. This is
No,
not made
no,
up.
real life.
This is real.
Yes, real life. My old Beth did not want a SUV. She wanted a car. And I said, we need an SUV. We got 3 kids. We're a family. We need an SUV. Do something. And I gave her 2 SUVs to pick out of. One was a Nissan, and the other one was the Mitsubishi. And I said, well, Brad said that this Nissan Rogue was a top seller this year. It was a good car, everything else. And then we drove the Mitsubishi, and I said, we got the 2. The only reason you want the Nissan is because Brad said that's what you need to get.
I got one.
That's,
I
that's
got a
the
Rogue.
story I got.
I got a
That's the
Juke.
story
I
I
got a
got.
Rogue. I got a Sentra.
And she wasn't happy. So she wasn't happy. But I said, you got the 2 to pick out of. And granted, the car that she wanted, that was at the car lot, she said something to the lady at the dealership and give lady lots of credits. She's like, no, you don't want that one. That one has red flags and yellow flags and checker flags all over it. So she was straight up with us. We could have got
Was
that
it
one.
the Talladega pace car? What the hell were you looking at?
I wish it was. It was like a little Jetta. But she won that one. She
Volkswagen,
likes smaller
Volkswagen.
cars. Yeah, she likes smaller cars. Feels more comfortable in them.
You messed
So-
up not getting the Nissan.
I agree, but we'll see. This little Mitsubishi I got so far so good. Liking it.
So what did you do with your former vehicle?
We still got it. we need another vehicle so I can take that one and I can actually work on it. I need a couple
Freaking
weeks to work
enthralling,
on it.
guys.
But
I gotta bring this up. So you could say Mitsubishi just fine. But
Yeah.
Santina Ferrelli or whatever the hell you were trying to say last week, when it's literally just Santa Fe, and you're just that one throws you for a loop. But you're just
I said Santa Fe.
like it's nothing.
No, you
It's
did not.
Santina
No,
Fe
you did
or
not
whatever
say
the hell
Santa
you're
Fe.
trying to say.
You said Santino Morella Fe.
well, yeah, I was throwing
Twice.
the little Cobra in there.
I'm
It was
sure
a
you
wrestling
did.
gimmick. I
Don
did that on
Morocco?
purpose, Brad.
Don Morocco Tough.
Like
Mitsubishi.
Wonka Wonka.
Right off the tongue.
Is that almost like Worcestershire sauce?
That one's correct. I don't know.
Look, see what I'm saying? Like, what is this selective? You know?
It's like when
Somebody's been
Devin said
practicing.
documentary. Remember that?
That
Daddy?
one is
Yeah.
Documentary.
And he still thinks it's right.
That's
What
gotta
is
be a
wrong with a
Canada thing. You're so
documentary?
close to the
It's
Canadian border.
documentary.
Hey, and we love our Canadian fans. Shout out.
Documentary. It just sounds so long.
What's the other one? Was it Lineage or something?
Lineage.
Lineage.
Nice.
Nailed it. That's what I'm saying. You got Mitsubishi, Worcestershire, like nothing. And it's lineage.
Well, it's a word. Some I can pronounce, some I can't. Yeah.
Speaking of lineage, the two competitors in our next match have a hell of a lineage.
Oh,
Look
Wow.
at you, Devin. Look at this guy.
nice. That's a nice little crossover to it.
Right? You should be the host.
No.
I mean, we all know it's Brad's show.
So Brad, what's the second match today?
Okay, so this was actually a choice of Brayden Toon. He could not be here for the second hour, which is absolutely fine. But we're going to go ahead and do a watch along anyway. And it's going to be Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 19,
Yeah.
which
Wow,
is
I
what,
gotta get looked up.
which is what,
This is the only thing I have on the show, and you're
I'm not
taking
sure
it
why you
from
went
me.
to me, Devin. But I mean, he did do it, right, James?
Who,
Yeah.
what?
No,
Oh,
yeah,
Devin,
Adam.
straight up. Yeah,
Top
I just didn't
100.
usurp.
Adam's the one I was talking to.
Oh, I see what it is. Y'all gonna dribble me out next, huh? I got
You called me the
I got
host. I
you.
just sent it to someone.
Yeah, think about that one. That one's gonna hit. But oh, well, okay. So you're saying the young lions are trying to kick the old lion out? It sounds like Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 19. It took place March 30th of 2003 at Safeco Field in Seattle, Washington. And I flew through that too fast. Had an attendance of 54,097. Had a buy rate. Some say this is one of a great WrestleMania, but it only had a buy rate of 560,000. Wonder why. We don't know. But it had a match length of a little over 22 minutes. And Meltzer gave this one 4 1/4 stars. And as I was reading that, we hope that you were pulling your Peacock Network up and going to WrestleMania 19. That is season 1, episode 19.
At the
What-
1 hour
which-
and 2 minute mark, would you say, James?
1 hour,
1 hour,
that's
2
what I
minutes
finished.
exactly. I'm fine with that.
Close enough.
Okay, hold on. I'm almost there.
Well, we're not starting yet because there's a build, right, James?
There is a build.
What the
and,
hell are we
I
doing?
also
Well,
want to
you
point
can
out that
bring it
this
up.
will not be screen shared because, well, you all know why. But yeah, there is a build to this match. So I want to know, hey, Brayden, how did they get into this Shawn Michaels and Jericho match? Oh, wait a minute. He's gone. So whoever knows the backstory to this, I would assume Devin. How did we get there?
All right, so this is one of my favorite feuds of all time. Literally, two of my all-time favorite wrestlers, and I thought it was a great feud. It was all about the young lion, like James said, and the longtime veteran, the legend. So it all started back in Armageddon in 2002 when Shawn Michaels lost the World Heavyweight Championship to Triple H. The very next night on Raw, Shawn Michaels came out. He just wanted to address the crowd, get his baby face, his popularity back up. But Y2J came out and interrupted. He said he was extremely happy to see that Shawn Michaels was back in the WWE, But this isn't the same Shawn Michaels. Now, HBK stands for Has Been Kid.
Ooh,
That was big. I remember that at the time.
he's a has
That
been.
hurt me.
The has
Was he
been
has
kid.
been back then though?
No,
Well,
he was a coming back. He was a
He
comeback.
just
kid.
came back. This was 2002. So Shawn Michaels super kicks the hell out of Chris Jericho, and then Raw goes on to the next stage. Okay, well, the next week, Chris Jericho wins a battle royal that says the winner of the battle royal can pick whatever number they want to go to WrestleMania or to enter in the Royal Rumble. I'm sorry. Chris Jericho wanted to pick number 1, but Vince McMahon announces Shawn Michaels has already gotten number 1. So Chris Jericho goes with the next best thing and picks number 2. So next couple weeks, Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho have a little feud. They're just sending shots at each other. But Chris Jericho and Christian devised a plan to get at Shawn Michaels before the Rumble. Christian came out to Chris Jericho's entrance with his face completely hidden. And as he got into the ring, Chris Jericho slid in the backside and blasted Shawn Michaels with a steel chair and absolutely destroyed Shawn Michaels. Then threw him over the ropes and eliminated him. About 30 minutes later, Shawn Michaels would come back out and eliminate Chris Jericho from the Rumble. Then, a couple weeks would go by. It's March 17th now. Shawn Michaels and Jeff Hardy would team up to take on Chris Jericho and Christian in a tag team match. Shawn Michaels, he would super kick Chris Jericho. Jeff Hardy would hit him with a swanton bomb and win 1, 2, 3. So Chris Jericho wanted to face Jeff Hardy at No Way Out. Chris Jericho destroys Jeff Hardy, puts him in the walls of Jericho, and will not let go. So the Heartbreak Kid comes to the save in Montreal and beats down Chris Jericho. Then, March 3rd Raw. Chris
Dude,
Jericho.
another Canadian in Montreal, huh?
Shawn Michaels, the crowd wasn't really on his
He has
side
a
in
thing
that.
for Canada, don't he?
Canada is tough.
So, March 3rd Raw. Chris Jericho lays out HBK with the chair, gets his payback, and this time he says, I want to end your career right now. But you know what? I'm not going to do it tonight, Shawn Michaels. I want to end your career on a bigger stage. I want to end your career on the world's biggest stage the WWE has ever seen. What I want, Shawn Michaels, is you and me one-on-one at WrestleMania.
Did he point
The next week, Shawn Michaels comes out and super kicks Chris Jericho and then says, see you at Mania, kid. The final week before WrestleMania, the last week, Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels are standing in the middle of the ring. Chris Jericho plays this video package for Shawn where it shows all their old school stuff. Where Shawn Michaels was in 1996, the world champion. We'll show highlights of a young Chris Jericho in 96, looking exactly like Shawn Michaels, doing very similar movesets. Chris Jericho says, I wanted to be a wrestler so I could be Shawn Michaels. I wanted to be just like you, Shawn. In my early days, I used to patent myself after you, to be just like you. The moves, the look, everything. Pretty soon, people were saying that I would be the next Shawn Michaels. And it was the ultimate compliment back then, but not now. I grew out of wanting to be the next Shawn Michaels, and I concentrated on being the first Chris Jericho. Why? Because I am better than you, Shawn. When you left this company, I took your spotlight, and I had to shine on myself. I took the ball and ran with it, and I became the workhorse and backbone of this company that you always were. I became the man that all these people paid their money to see night after night. The showstopper was replaced with the highlight reel. From all the great competitors I've faced, from Rock, Austin, Benoit, Angle, there is nobody that I am more excited about wrestling than you this Sunday, Shawn. And there's nobody that I'm more excited about beating and embarrassing than you, Shawn.
Holy shit.
Devin, that was amazing.
I'll see you next week.
There
I
we
want to
go.
watch the match now. The match is
And
going to
that-
be a letdown.
I was about to say, man, he built that up
Yeah.
good. Like,
All right.
whoa.
Are we
So-
ready?
Devin, let's get ready going. I got a question for Devin after we
We
get
have our
going.
own Dave Meltzer on the show. Jesus Christ.
3, 2, 1. play.
And that is 1 minute or 1 hour or 2 minutes for those.
Even.
Nothing like a timestamp after the play button, but hey,
We did
So,
give it a head,
Dev-
but I think everybody forgot.
yeah, they can always pause it and shit.
Devin, was this the time where Chris Jericho hit Shawn Michaels' wife and actually gave her a black eye?
That isn't for another 5 years, in
Okay.
2008 when they actually reignite a feud.
Okay. I knew
Yeah, because
that
Jericho had
happened
short hair when
in
he
a
was white.
feud.
All
And
right,
he's the
so
world heavyweight champion.
so right now we have. Are you guys seeing the entrance? Is that where we're at?
I'm at where they're doing the promo.
Now they're going to the front.
Yeah. Break
Okay.
the wall down.
Right. So we have the Jericho entrance here, and I've asked this question before, and I'll ask it again. Which is the better entrance, the one he does here or the one he does now?
Ooh.
This one.
Back then, I loved it.
I know.
Yeah, I like this one. I think this is a better entrance. The only reason the one he has now is so good is because everybody sings to it.
Right. But that's what makes it
Like-
great.
That song is badass though. Like it is a legit.
Yeah,
good
it's a
song.
bad song, but just
But I do like the break the wall down. I like that thing. too.
yeah, I agree. Like
So I would have
when he
asked.
first came back, like when he first debuted in WWE,
No, it
that
was well
whole thing, I think that was perfect.
So would this be considered, guys? Would this be considered a dream match that they probably never thought would happen because of Michael's injury, or was Michael's always going to come back?
So
I don't
this
know if
match,
he was always going to come back because he was out for a while. It's not
A
like
long
he
time.
rehabbed and came back. Yeah.
What's that, Devin?
Jericho's in
match
amazing
actually-
shape right here.
it
But
wasn't even
would
supposed
this-
to happen. Shawn
would
Michaels
this be a dream
wasn't
match?
re-signed.
Can we let Devin talk for a minute? And I ask him a direct question.
Sean wasn't
Yes, go
re-signed to the WWE at this time, actually. When they started this feud, the night after Armageddon, when Shawn Michaels lost the title, that's supposed to be just a one-off. Shawn Michaels on the highlight reel, but then since they had such great chemistry, it just hit. They immediately wanted to work with each other for the future.
You said he was not signed.
No, he's right after this, the Raw after this. Chris Jericho. I listened to an interview with Chris Jericho, and he said that the Raw after this is when Shawn Michaels signed an extension.
Like they went and
Okay.
asked powers to be if they could extend this, right? Because they personally asked to extend it. Did they not?
Yeah.
I think so.
So
Go
recently,
who-
back
someone,
with awesome entrance.
Who do you think out of the two has a better entrance? I mean, we got Shawn
Oh,
Michaels.
Shawn
that comes
Michaels!
up.
Are you kidding me?
Not even a question.
He comes out there and poses. He does that like side
Okay,
split
but,
thing, you know.
He's
He
got
Half-
knows,
half
he's,
the
he,
things
he
he
knows
picks
he's
up-
sexy.
Half these gun things that he picks up don't shoot.
Master Blasters. Shout out
That's what
Joe
happens when
you
Gun
get older.
or whatever.
so just
You know this, but does he not work it good? Like when it doesn't go off, he's just like, fuck it. And he's kind of
He is a little bit older here, Mike. Don't forget.
I have a question about that.
Lucian.
Do you guys think that back in 1996, 97, if these guns wouldn't have worked at WrestleMania for Shawn Michaels, do you think he would have played it off as cool as he does here
Oh,
in
he would've-
2002 or 3?
Oh no, he'd have been pissed.
he would have
would've
lost
made
his
a,
smile for sure.
He'd
He
have
made a
chunked some
penis
to chuck the
cannon out of
crowd.
it for sure. DX.
This
He'd
is
have got the crowd
There's
somewhere.
two of them.
this is born
You get
again
two.
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
What do you all like better? The Shawn Michaels now, or Shawn Michaels from like the early DX days?
Early DX. But he really did do a great job of coming back and having some of the best matches of his life.
Very
I
true.
don't
Not just
know,
this one, but you know
I
some
like Sean when he turned on Marty, though. That Sean was so good.
I agree, but the way he is now, he can still make like DX work because he kind of goes by the line, but he don't cross the line. He's like, I don't know.
I will say this. He has the longest entrance. He has a longer entrance than The Undertaker. You guys, he is, you got to time him.
That is a
Adam-
very bold statement.
I'm telling you, he had, all right, so let's talk about another match. Let's talk about a match where he wasn't in it. It was, I believe, Stone Cold versus Bret Hart. Okay. And he came out to commentary.
Mhm.
His entrance was longer than both of them. And he wasn't even in the match.
His interest is longer than the match itself.
He's the
That was
showstopper,
arrogant,
the
Shawn
show
Michaels, though.
stealer.
Oh, that was the Shawn that, well, he hadn't lost it. Had he lost his smile yet? Yeah, that was when he lost his smile. Is there anything more
Yeah, he showed
obnoxious
it.
than that? So who's our referee? Do we know? Little
Little
Nate.
H, isn't it?
Yeah, Little Nate with some different hair.
He has short hair.
Yeah, short hair, Little Nate.
Isn't it weird how like we all knew him in WCW because they always like put over the refs. Like you had what's his name, Pee Wee do that one where Bischoff fired him on TV. You had Nick Patrick, referee Nick Patrick, be the heel. You had little Nate do his own thing,
Yep.
But then they come to WWE and you just never hear their names again.
About Mickey J. Mickey J didn't even get picked up by WWE.
Yeah.
So you gotta ask about the ring gear here. Do you think these two guys are top 5 when it comes to their tights, with the different designs and different color schemes?
Here we go.
They're up there.
Here we go.
Almost as good as
Absolutely.
Triple H's.
Well, then you have
Shout
maybe
out to
Dolph Ziggler.
Gallagher. He'd probably have a fucking 40-minute conversation just on Shawn Michaels tights.
JB Games. I asked this question a long time ago with JB Games, and he looked at me and said, "You
Oh,
didn't
that's
think
who
that
it
was
was,
gonna be a
my
long
bad.
answer?" Yeah.
Yeah, it was JB. That was
But,
Gallagher.
Shawn Michaels tights can be its own podcast, I think.
And Frank Bruno would be the host.
Heyo.
Hey,
Hey.
James, I know this is watch along style. We're not listening to it, but do you know who the announcers were this evening?
You're damn right I do. It was Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler, and they do a damn good job on this one. JR, I've had it a couple times in my notes, like, man, JR's killing it. Man, JR's killing it. JR's killing it.
Do y'all think JR would have done such a good job at being an announcer if it wasn't for the King?
We've touched
So
on this
say-
before a little bit. I know what you're saying. You kind of feed each other, right?
Yeah,
Well,
I
he
think-
always,
I mean,
JR brings the serious, well, not seriousness, but he brings like the seriousness and emotion when Jerry's doing the like zany.
the Joker, like more joking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
I was a big fan of Jim Ross and Paul Heyman, though.
Oh yeah. Well,
I mean-
it's similar.
I think
Very
JR
similar.
accentuates the emotion. Like, yeah, no matter the partner, I think JR, he's best when like the emotion or the story is really good in the ring because he knows how to like drive it home.
I want to see JR call like NFL or even baseball.
Hey, he called
or hockey.
XFL.
Yeah, look up old
Like-
XFL on YouTube.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like if he like calls stuff like that, the way he calls wrestling, I mean, even like hockey or race, if he did racing, can you imagine a JR doing like a damn NASCAR race?
You won't
I'm
be able
actually
to pronounce
surprised
any
he
of the
hasn't
racers'
done other
names.
stuff.
Do what?
He
Adam?
won't be able to, go ahead.
Yeah.
Mark.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
He wouldn't be able to pronounce any of the names.
It's not
Eh.
Dale Jr. anymore.
Yeah, I mean, he can get the big ones, but just
He murdered
Like-
New Japan, remember?
yeah, right.
So one of the things that's always brought up about Shawn Michaels is he better than Ric Flair? Is Ric Flair 1 and 1A? Do you guys agree with that, or would you guys put as in-ring performers over them?
Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels
Two
is my
good
favorite
ones,
of all
though.
time.
They're two
I think
great
he's the
ones.
greatest in ring.
You can make an argument for either one of them, really. Just depends on who you like, what style you like, what you grew up on. Because athletically, between the two, Shawn all day, but they're both storytellers in the ring. God, that's such a hard.
Well, what's funny is you ask Ric Flair, he says we're
But-
crazy. He says freaking Shawn's got him beat. You know,
Well, but if you like, it's two different kind of things though. Like,
definitely.
And
it's
it,
not
yeah,
like it's not like they're the same type of dude, and you're comparing them like, oh, they're both 1A, 1B. They kind of wrestle completely different, so it is easy to say, yeah, they're the best because they're the best at them doing their shit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they're the
you
best
got
at
Bret Hart in there,
invoking the
too.
crowd and having talent, but they are kind of different.
But and also, if you think about it, you got to look at the era that they were wrestling. So Ric Flair was great, NWA, WCW, early WCW, like that was his time. Shawn Michaels went through, the everything with Bret Hart, and then Stone Cold, and then like this match now, like he's been in different eras of wrestling. But then you have to look at, what about Chris Jericho? I mean, Chris Jericho
Been
has
doing
been
it
there
over
for
30
long.
years now.
I think he's the most durable.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, like he's been there later on, like not late Ric Flair, but late Ric Flair till now.
We
He'll
talked
probably-
about
He's been there through everything. Like
Yeah,
he's
he'll
been
probably
through
wrestle till he's, like,
WCW.
60.
And you
He's
Not
been
active.
tell
through
me-
WWE. And now he's doing what he does now. And even him putting everybody over, like he's great
done a losing
now.
streak right now.
Yeah.
So does
Who knows
Chris
it,
Jericho not
right?
deserve a Mount Rushmore? Like the offer?
name 2 bad Chris Jericho matches.
You can't.
Sammy?
Again, on the spot question.
No, I'm kidding.
You really can't, especially in this era right here.
Oh, yeah. He has been
In
legit,
any
man, because
era.
like, JR is saying some stuff and how he talks about Jericho on his podcast and the way he's commentating. Like, he is kind of like that guy, He's that dude. Like, you can throw him out there and he can do anything. He's evolved so much. He's made a bunch of dudes on the way up. Like, he had me actually paying attention to Kevin Owens,
Right. And to me, it's gonna be one of those things, like once Chris Jericho's done, like once he's done, once he passes away or whatever, then it's gonna be like, oh fuck, we didn't know what we had.
Exactly, yeah.
That's what it's gonna be like with Chris Jericho. Like we didn't know
Hindsight
what we
will be
had
heavy
until
with
when
Jericho.
it's too late.
I agree
And
with that.
So Michaels pulled him over the rope with his feet, over the top of the rope, and then does a flip or like dives out of the ring. Would we have ever known this guy had a back issue?
Not at this point.
yeah,
You wouldn't
It's hard
think
to
at
tell.
least.
So I mean, they're just do you Adam, are you there? Or did you step out? Okay.
I mean,
Brad, if I could,
Yeah, go ahead, Devin.
all right, if you're talking about Shawn Michaels back, he just returned at SummerSlam 2002, which was only like 7 months, 8 months before this match, and he's only competed in 7 matches at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is his 8th
But-
match since he's returned. And that's kind of crazy. In 8 months, he's only had 8 matches. So I bet that kind of also helps keep his back.
True.
well, even in his last match was Austin, right? He didn't. I mean, we knew he was hurting then. Like he done said he was hurting then and everything else. He didn't show it. Like he still did everything he had to do in the ring. He didn't limit nothing at the time.
Adam,
Yeah,
do you
he
think
was-
these guys are calling it in the ring, or do you think they're scripted out here?
oh, they're calling. I guarantee you, they had 2 or 3 like outline points in the back, but Jericho being old school and so was Shawn, I guarantee you 90% of this match was in the ring.
Crowd's live, baby. Crowd is live.
What do you got, Devin?
So actually, I've heard Chris Jericho speak about this match. Like I said before, Chris Jericho told the story that he was just shopping at Dick's Sporting Goods like a month before this match. And the
Yeah, I know. you
whole
know
first
this.
half
I
of the
know.
match
Yep.
just clicked to him. So he ran up to the cashier, asked for a receipt and a pen, and just wrote out this entire first half of the match on a receipt. And like a week later, when he saw Shawn Michaels, he came to him and he's like, "Shawn, I have half the match." And Chris Jericho and Shawn replied, "That's crazy, because I have the entire second half of the match." So they just literally put them together. And Chris Jericho said that within 15 minutes, they had their whole match plan.
Their chemistry is uncanny, honestly. Like they look like they wrestled together 1,000 times, and we know that is absolutely not true. It's just not even possible because Shawn was out for so long, and that's when Jericho came into his own when Shawn left.
Do you think that this could have been, like, if done right, this could have been a feud that went on like years and years and years and years, and they could have,
I think
because they're
so.
both very good wrestlers,
And
I think
both
this
attitude
I,
too.
I think this could right here could be a match that could main event WrestleMania this year.
If this feud would have started 3 years sooner, it'd have been one of the best feuds ever.
But Sean is
Exactly.
a little older here.
Because they could always dip into the. I feel like, well, even here, doesn't he wrestle for another like 8 years?
I
Like,
mean,
I
Yeah,
think
well,
they
that's
could dip into
that's
the
what
well
they
a
were
bunch
saying.
on this.
You said it's 5
We
years
saw with
after
Cena
this
and Orton
is
like
when they had another
25
feud,
times,
right?
you know?
and
What's
then you
up?
had Undertaker
Well,
with
6, yeah, because you got this WrestleMania 25, 26 is him and Undertaker. This is 19.
And he
6
did
years later.
amazing. Even when he came back for that match, the tag team match, we know that match kind of went to shit, but
I was about to say this is a hot take right here.
I almost thought he was going to
but-
wrestle this year against Grayson Waller.
yeah, exactly. Shawn Michaels still put his, he put his work in. He showed he still had it. Like, he's
Yeah,
one of the ones.
but-
If he got in the ring right now, when the fans start chanting, "You still got it," I mean, he can go in there and just punch somebody, and they can chant, "You still got it," and it'd be true.
I mean, you got to think though. He's in the
Look at
ring
Jericho
with back
flexing.
problems, but at the same time, he's training with the back problems. He's working out with the back problems. He's doing everything with the back problems. Not only is he having these amazing matches, he's training, he's flying, he's driving.
Oh man, some good shit
So-
in this match.
So doing something like that, Adam, do you guys work around the injury more?
You can.
'Cause,
It's easily done.
Oh.
I mean, we see it a lot of times, like where even if it's storyline or for real, where if somebody has like say a bad knee, the opponent works on that knee. But are they actually working on that knee, or do they kind of switch it up some? Maybe like, okay, their left knee might actually be bad, but they got their right knee taped up, so that's the one they work on.
So you want me to indulge secrets, right?
There
No,
he
no,
goes.
no,
Here
I'm
he goes,
saying-
muted.
no, I'm
He's
not
about
asking
to
for
mute
secrets.
himself, we all know.
I'm
I've
not asking for
mentioned-
secrets. I'm just
I've
saying.
mentioned this in the past about left side, right side.
Right. So I mean, as a wrestling fan, you kind of notice that stuff.
And 9 times out of 10, if it's a right knee problem, it's legit.
Right. But
Oh,
besides a knee,
look at that crowd. Man,
Yeah, that crowd is
that
live.
kick-up is an awesome spot.
like a back or a neck or something like that,
Oh.
you kind of can't. You can't work around. You can, I guess, you can work
You can
around that.
the neck. Back is a little more difficult because you're landing. No matter how you land, you're going to jar your back
Boom.
regardless.
But you're gonna hurt your back. I mean,
Is his
laying on
back
your
hurt
back,
still,
do
or is
something.
he healed? Is he healed?
I think he's healed at this point.
Yeah, it's been 3 years, 5 years.
5 years at this point.
So
He went
maybe-
out. Yeah.
Maybe he's completely put back together here.
And your adrenaline is
Oh, now
flowing
the crowd's
so
going
much.
nuts, dude, because he's yeah.
You don't feel nothing in the ring, especially with this many people. I can imagine, because I only wrestled in front of a few hundred. I can't imagine
Right.
thousands. Your adrenaline is pumping.
James, can you give us a timestamp?
I am at 120, 12, 13, 14.
Okay.
Moonsault.
Yeah.
Pin.
Yeah, that moonsault.
Yeah,
is...
I'm right
epic.
there.
So that's an actual moonsault.
Thanks, Adam. Appreciate that. Now, this is what cracks me up. This back and forth with the pins, right? Or the covers. Are you guys there?
Mm-hmm.
How exhausting is that for a referee? I'm going to ask Fritz that.
Doing that crucifix.
Well, I mean, if
the,
you're jumping up and down, but
the
He's
setup
getting
for
in the
all
right
this-
positions.
The setup for this, the crucifix,
Look at that crowd.
timing it and grabbing him right is the hardest thing to do.
Why do you think it is that people get so excited for the walls of Jericho?
It's a submission move. It's a finish thing.
But he never gets it in. Like,
it's a
Hardly
fast
ever.
move too.
Because that's the
That bitch has
storytelling,
to
Brad.
A month before this, at No Way Out, he beat Jeff Hardy with the walls of Jericho.
I mean, you've seen a lot of it, and you've seen a lot of it just get broken up. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but it's still every time it's like, whoa, because
They lose their shit, man.
Slowly tears, and it's like, oh, it's fucked up.
Well, only 18 months before this, at Armageddon 2001, Chris Jericho became the first ever undisputed champion, winning both the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWF Championship.
I remember when you couldn't even go back to a previous Royal Rumble, and now you're doing 18 months of fucking shit.
HBK and Chris Jericho are my shit, dude. These are my two guys.
Did you hear the build?
Right?
He did
He
that
put
without
the
even
whole
watching it.
quote. I thought it was just the one quote. No, he read the whole fucking
Oh.
thing.
So, all right. So back to the tights. Whose do you like better, Jericho's or Shawn Michaels? I like Michaels better, but I like Jericho's too.
Yeah,
They're both
HBK.
good. I would go with HBK. But I'm
Throughout
more of a
the
red
years,
and black color scheme guy myself.
They both have that flamboyancy, that like they stand out, that style, that cool guy mentality.
That's what I'm saying. This could have been like, because even JR
Isn't that like
mentions,
what Shawn Michaels usually wears? Like
the
that
old
kind of
lion,
same
you
style?
He's got a lot of different stuff.
JR mentions the old lion, and the young lion. And didn't Jericho used to wrestle as the lion tamer?
This is so
Tamer.
freaking good right here.
But this does look like I'm telling you, man, they could have had because they're the same type of dude, just like the old one and the young one. They could have dipped in this well 1,000 times.
Reverse
Did
the
Cena and Orton
Frankensteiner
1,000
into the
times, why
walls
not
of
this shit?
Jericho.
Genius move. Love this move. Love this
Oh, yeah.
spot. So he's in the walls of Jericho now on a reverse.
But what's the difference between that one and when he puts the knee in the back? That's the walls of Jericho, right?
This is more like a Boston
One's the
Crab.
nine tamer,
it is
one's the
more
walls
Watch
of Jericho.
when Michaels grabs the rope, the crowd goes fucking nuts.
This is more like a Boston Crab.
So Adam, as a performer,
Maybe not as
which
nuts
one
as
do
I
you think
thought.
would hurt worse?
Lion tamer, because it puts his knee in your back or in the back of your head. The walls, whatever, your lion tamer walls. Boston Crab sucks, but you can kind of wiggle out of that.
So in a match like this, I mean, we know that Shawn Michaels is the babyface and Jericho's actually the heel. But can they ever, at this point in the match, when the work is so good, can either of them be either? Because you start rooting for both of them because the match is so good. Is Adam? Would you agree with that?
It sucks having to root for both of them. If you're going to do like a transition, you got to have one starting to do dirty stuff and one doing the more babyface stuff. It's hard to cheer for both babyfaces.
Do you think a heel should always cheat to keep him a heel?
He should do some kind of dirty something behind the ref's back, grab a hold another second too long, rope, eye gouge, just something, a little hint of heel goes a long way.
How
I like how you mentioned that, Brad. Because I had that in my notes. Crowd seems split. And they kind of like they do like the whole match. Because even when Jericho does this, you see a lot of people cheering.
Tuning up the band?
Nuts.
That was a beautiful super kick, too.
Well, it's a beautiful sell of the super kick. I mean,
and then when Shawn Michaels kicks out, the crowd goes nuts again. Like, I think it's just split.
If you're not watching at home, I just want to let people know, if you're not watching at home, Jericho used Shawn Michaels' finisher, Sweet Chin music on him, and it was beautiful. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
If we would have made this a triple threat match, who would you guys like to add on to this match?
That's a
we're
great
all
question.
about is the Booker of the Year.
Booker
of the Year, fucking Whitaker.
I am.
I don't want anybody in it.
Chris Benoit.
Thank you, Adam. The next year at WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and Chris Benoit would be in a battle for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think he'd be perfect at
it. At the same time, Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero.
I think you need someone opposite style. I think you throw the Big Show in there.
Yeah.
That way you could slow it down in parts and give them the rest they need.
Maybe Undertaker, not Big Show.
So would you rather have like maybe one or two people have the same kind of style and one completely different?
I love this freaking match, man.
There's got to be another heel, though. It can't be two baby faces. It's got to be two heels and a baby.
Absolutely.
I agree on that.
Can't have double teams from
So
two
maybe
baby faces.
Kane in this match? Big Show's...
Kane does seem like their big guy go-to, because even when Braun and Brock Lesnar were going at it, they were always having triple threats with Kane. So I can see Kane, being the call-in.
What about Brock Lesnar?
Nah.
I think he'll overdominate.
Brock Lesnar would have went over.
Yeah, 5 minutes in.
So it's funny. We're talking about how like a heel should always cheat.
Ooh, I thought that spot was.
And we had a Royal Rumble.
Hard to do. God, that's so hard.
It looked like he fucking decapitated him at first.
That's so you can get hurt.
You land on someone's neck, they're dead.
We had a Royal Rumble this year where someone went an hour and 10 minutes is supposed to be a heel and got absolutely no help. Makes it difficult. But yeah, these guys, man. Oh,
hey, when Walt, well, yeah, I'm not going to talk about that.
Off the top like that, landing perfectly. The exhaustion from Michaels, the exhaustion.
Here we go. You know what's about to happen. Check out the crowd here. Oh,
No,
yeah.
Look how pissed little Nate is.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
What the fuck are you doing? He knows he's about to get kicked in the ass. That's why.
He's so mad. And little Nate is freaking screaming.
What the fuck are you doing? You kicked me again,
right
motherfucker.
Why'd you do that?
That's a referee being in the right spot at the right time.
He's so good.
No.
He's been around for so long.
But then, oh no.
I mean, he got in position
Bam.
and you didn't even know it.
Oh,
And that
and
looked
Shawn
like it
Michaels
hurt.
is still on the top.
So he went off the top face first there. For those of you not watching at home, Jericho, that is pronouns, pal.
Jericho
How many-
landed literally
Oh,
straight on
here
his
we
face.
go.
Face and neckish, right?
This is look at that. Bam. Look at you see those flashes? Man.
In perfect position for
Oh,
Shawn
now
Michaels'
he's
elbow
pumped.
drop.
Sean's back, baby. Isn't this his first Mania back?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, let's fucking
Now we're
tune him up.
Tuning
Tune
up the
him up.
band. We're tuning up the band.
Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at everybody just standing. God, that's
we-
nuts.
We really hope
And
you're
then you
watching.
see the
at home.
pages going. Watch.
Sean's not even breathing hard either. That's insane.
Oh.
And now what are we doing? The
Whoa.
crowd goes wild. for the walls of Jericho.
All 70,000 fans are on their feet right now.
Counter or duck the kick, counter
What's
to the
it-
walls.
Is he going to
Telling you.
submit? Is Sean going to submit? Is it over? Is he getting to the rope? The selling.
Ugh.
The facials.
He can't reach it.
And
Oh,
little
and
Nate-
Jericho
and he
pulls
pulls
it
him
back.
back.
And Charles Robinson is in perfect position too. He's so
The
good.
greatness.
God, he's so good.
Oh. It's like half the people. I'm telling you, man. Crowd's alive. The crowd's split, and it's awesome.
The referee in the second row there. What's up, bro?
Charles Robinson's having so much fun right here. You see him smiling.
Same guys
He's
cheering
having
for
a
Jericho
blast.
and
He's
cheering
having a
that
great
Shawn
time
Michaels
during
got
this.
the rope.
Yeah, I feel like the crowd was really split
Yeah.
here. Now we got a little bit of anger from Jericho to kind of making him the heel again. But
He tapped. He tapped. That's what he was saying.
This is 1998 Jericho when he'd pitch a fit whenever he'd lose a match or whatever.
and then Sean,
Perfect.
perfect kick, but then he goes down from the exhaustion and then makes you wait. That's
Looked like it
freaking-
fucking decapitated Jericho too. That was good.
That's why he's the best.
That was a perfect kick.
textbook Michaels.
That's why he's the best.
Now he's crawling over to make the cover.
But that has to go. That has to go with both of them
Yeah.
too, because Jericho has to sell that kick too.
Jericho,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Shawn
Jericho
Michaels
looked like he
from
got
the
Kick
back.
out
killed.
that too.
Look at this shit. Boom.
I mean,
fucking
he sells
knockout.
his
we
back
we
as
seen
he's
what
falling.
happened when Goldberg did that. I mean, Bret Hart never wrestled again. So,
And he never talks about it either.
Yeah.
Let's not compare Goldberg to Shawn Michaels.
I mean, Shawn Michaels throws a kick and match still
Oh,
goes
Mike,
on.
do you not like Goldberg? Never knew.
There it is. There it is again. That
Ow!
un
See that back?
Oh,
That had
yeah,
the
that back.
that he lands on his feet, which is incredible because he's so hurt. Here we go.
boom! Right back to the back.
And there it is.
Oh, another match that we covered. Another fucking roll up.
I know, but it was really a strong roll up because of the way he landed and just pinning him down. It was not like it wasn't a, I don't think
Hey,
it was
the
weak at
crowd's
all.
loving it. I'm cool with an upset
It-
being a roll up, but like if we're having some matches like this,
I think
let's end it. You know
I
what I'm saying?
I agree. I think there should have been the finish.
Like an
Like-
upset roll up, by all means. That's the biggest pop of all time when somebody
Mhm.
that shouldn't win gets a roll up win. But stuff
that
like this,
desperation,
I
the
kinda
desperation
wanna-
win is so much better to me.
I want to fucking super kick, and then he just like collapses on him, like Sean always does. 1, 2, 3.
Selling the back.
Yeah, but if they ended clean like that, it wouldn't open for a
That's true.
great
Yeah,
spot
'cause
like
it
this
sets
after
it
the match.
the roll up definitely sets this up. I'll get you on that.
Both of these matches that we've covered today have both been about both wrestlers getting extremely exhausted, not being able to like really compete anymore, putting in all their effort, and then one of them being just a little bit quicker and a little bit more on their game than the other one and catching them with that roll up.
Look at Devin, dude. You've had some good ones this episode, man.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, Devin.
Devin is fucking our baby boy's growing up.
Right
I
before
don't have
our
any-
eyes.
I don't have any questions about this match because
Well, we
I
just saw it. If you're still watching, Brad, that's where they just shook hands,
Oh,
had
I
a
saw
huge
that. Yeah.
hug, and Chris Jericho low blows HBK.
Yeah, he decided to be a heel in the last after it's over.
Nice.
Well, really, I mean, he didn't cheat at all during the match.
That's true. And the crowd was split because that's my thing. Like, yeah, like you were saying, babyface and heel and all that stuff. I don't really know if there really was a definitive one per se, because like you said, we were just cheering for great wrestlers doing great shit.
And I think there was a respect factor there because the whole story, him wanting to be like Sean.
Yeah.
And I think there was a respect factor in there to where I want to beat this guy straight up.
Yeah, like later on, beating his wife and stuff like that. That's a more personal issue. Of course, there's going to be babyface and heel on that. But on this one, where it's just like, I wanted to be you. Now I'm going to be, that's kind of like a more of a mutual thing.
I think he just wanted to be in there and just see if he could beat him straight up. No cheating, no nothing like that.
Yeah, I think that's why the crowd was divided, because it was more of like
that makes a lot of sense.
Pupil and student instead of like a personal issue type thing.
Makes perfect sense. And after the match, bam, low blow.
Yeah. And then, heel.
So if you listen to last week's episode, you realize that this is a match we did not choose for this week. We made a change because Brayden Toon, this is one of his favorite matches. So Ben Jones.
I hope he listens this far, and hope you enjoyed our coverage of it.
So Ben Jones, appreciate the questions for the Orient Express versus the Rockers, but we ended up not covering it. But we can still talk about this one question at least.
Yeah.
Question about the rhythm and blues. It is well known that Greg Valentine hated the role. Who else on the roster at that time would have been a better fit with the honky tonk man?
Where's the barber beefcake?
Boy, it almost writes itself, doesn't it?
I like
that has to be the only answer, right?
Yeah, I agree. Bruce Barber Beefcake.
That's so great. I just
that way you put both of them. Hey, that way you put both of them fuckers together, and then all right, you guys go. Hey, go do what you do. Oh yeah. Oh, we're so proud. Yeah. Hey, y'all go ahead and keep playing. Y'all go over there and fight. That's all I'm saying.
Y'all go over there, entertain each other. We got matches.
Yeah, exactly.
So thanks, Ben. We appreciate you reaching out and your support, and Zip Code Bros, brother.
Zip Code Bros.
What is that? That's what it's called.
I couldn't say brother. I could say Zip Code Bros.
No, but that's what it's called. Zip Code Bros.
You got it.
I'll be damned.
Bro, zip code.
Whatever.
One of them.
All right, James. Guys, that was a fun match, man. It's fun to watch it. I know we don't do it too often to the watch alongs, but every once in a while, it's all right.
Great pig.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of watching and paying attention and everything, hey, Devin, what are the kids paying attention to these days?
So the thing that I have currently been paying attention to most is the NWA. You all know that I'm a huge NWA fan. Well, right now, EC3 has joined the NWA. EC3 is representing a CYN shirt, a Create Your Narrative shirt.
Control your narrative.
Control. I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. So, control your narrative. That's a EC3 is representing that. Do you guys remember there used to be a company called CYN, Control Your Narrative?
Right.
They have currently changed their entire scheme and are now calling themselves Corrupt Your Narrative because EC3 had the CYN trademarked previously. So they're coming under a whole new federation. Should be dropping a bunch of shows soon. I'm excited to see what the new CYN is all about.
So quick
Corrupt
question.
Your Narrative.
Well, Braun was on it, but now he's back to.
That was what I was going to say, James.
Yeah.
Like, did that mess things up majorly? Yeah,
I believe so.
it
Like,
just seems
Braun
I don't
was
know,
the biggest
I don't know
star.
if you read the dirt about Control Your Narrative, but
Killer Cross was a part of it too.
it was what, like 20 or 30 people at one of their shows? Like,
I would have gone.
New South had more
it-
in one section than they did.
I can't wait to see a New South show, man. I get more and more excited every time I watch it.
Dude, that Huntsville one, they have one in Huntsville. I don't know what's going on, talk about weekend wise, but
I've been checking
gotta
every
go,
day.
bro. We have to go. Like, we have to.
Devin, you might as well tie this into what I don't mean to step on toes here, but you're already talking about the NWA, so you might as well keep going with what we're doing next week.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Next week, I'm extremely excited for this guest. He's a hot up and coming star, and we actually covered him a little bit when we had Jared Fritz on the show because he was in that big 7-on-7 match. He is the Thrill Billy Silas Mason. I think this is going to be a great show. I'm not exactly sure the matches we're covering yet, but you guys will know. It will be out on Twitter and everything. But I think this is going to be a great guest and a great opportunity to interview him.
So I'm really excited about this because he really stood out to me in that match.
That move he does, man. That move is so sick.
Yeah, this guy's very impressive. I'm really excited about this. So thanks for that, Devin. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for reaching out to him.
Yeah, when I was watching, that match that we covered in the archives, with Jared Fritz Magic. I definitely when he came in, I was like, hey, who's this dude? And he's like a little ball of fire. Then he does that like the move and then the spinning and stuff thing. I was like, okay, I may be a fan of this guy. So I'm actually pretty pumped to I'll have to do a little research on my own.
Yeah, definitely. I'm
Thrill Billy.
And are you picking the match for him, Devin, or is he picking it?
He told me that he wants me to pick it. So
you guys will know by now. Okay, great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Better pick a good one.
Yeah, it's on you.
No pressure. Pick a good one though. No pressure. Yeah, same shirt. Boom. Wore that one last week.
So
I did.
I've been keeping a little bit of news from you guys. I have a one-on-one coming up with Zach Johnson from New South.
Perfect.
Nice.
When you say coming up, will have already been out by now.
Hopefully.
Is this going to be something I'm going to have to edit out later? That never happened?
Hopefully we'll have to edit my
There's a peek behind the curtain.
Hopefully me and him will have a good conversation. You're going to edit nothing.
There it is.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, I like our little New South kind of stuff. Shout out New South. We're becoming good. We're becoming big fans of it, and we would like to do more business in.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
He's got a big show coming up March. Probably, let's see here. By the time this comes out, he'll probably just be finishing up this match. It's Team The Helm versus Team CMD.
Team CMD, baby.
That's what I'm saying.
See here. Yeah, front row's already sold out. And there you go, man.
There you go.
That's in Decatur, Alabama.
Decatur it is.
Well, hey, New South, the crew would like to kick out some ideas to you.
Team CMD, it looks like him, Hunter Drake, Dylan McQueen, and a young lady. I've seen her at the shows. I'm not sure what she goes by, but she usually takes the money for the tickets and whatnot. Helps dump at the front, and then on the other team,
Shout out
Paige, her sister, Zach Johnson, and another fella I don't recognize.
Shout out.
I'm learning these guys. I'm sorry.
At that same pay-per-view, that's going to be what Brayden Toon was just telling us about a little bit earlier. Brennan Cole versus Marcus Cole versus Rolando Perez versus Brayden Toon.
Boom.
Look at this guy.
There we
Good
go.
job, Devin.
I think we're underutilizing Devin.
For real. You fucking hidden gem over here.
You have a wealth of information.
If you keep it up, you're looking at a raise.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
if you double my salary, I'll
You
love
can
it.
get that raise with Blue Chew. Promo code
Maybe
kick out.
Pepsi Nitro, maybe.
Man, we need some. Hey, if y'all like what we're doing, share it and shout out everything so we can get some live ad reads because I would love to do a live ad read
No
with fucking
shit.
Blue Chew. God, I would love to do that.
I would just have like some Blue Chew.
And you know what else you can love? Hard dick. You can get some hard dick with Blue Chew.
You know what else gives you hard dick? Some meat. So Mike, what would you make?
What?
Some meat.
Slow down.
Oh, we talking about,
Slow
we talking
down.
about hard dick and some meat. What about some sticky chicken? Y'all want some sticky
Good
chicken?
grief, we go from Blue
'cause
Chew commercials to sticky
It
chicken.
depends why it's
we
sticky.
know what happens when that happens.
What in the soggy biscuits going on here? You guys are fucking out of
There
control.
you go. So here's our ingredients. You want about 4 chicken thighs. Then you want
Hey,
1/4 a cup of soy sauce, 1/4 cup of sweet chili sauce, and 1/4 cup of crunchy peanut butter. So what you do is you mix all your ingredients together, except for the chicken. Keep your chicken off on the side. Mix it all together, and then you pour over the chicken and let it marinate for a few hours. Because, you want that stuff to get in that meat. Like, it can't just be on the outside. It has to get inside all the way to the bone. And then what you want to do is place the chicken onto a tray, and you want to bake it at 180 degrees for approximately 30 minutes.
180?
It's Celsius. I'm sorry. I read the wrong one.
Oh, man, that's the best.
It's an M and approximately too.
Oh, we did a Jericho match. Now all of a sudden you're doing shit in metric. I got you.
That's what I was going for. I went for a Canadian food, and I did not read it before. So
you cooking for 180 degrees? I'm like, wait a minute. What are we making?
That's
jerky?
300.
What are we cooking for 180 degrees?
That's like 350 degrees, 400 for like 30 minutes. And then, you take all the sauce, put it on the chicken, and it's basically just baked chicken with a good little sauce on there is what it is. But it's actually pretty good if you try it. So, like I said, what you want to do is take soy sauce, sweet chili sauce, and peanut butter, mix it all together, cook some chicken, and put that sauce on that chicken.
Peanut butter?
Why do you
Peanut
use crunchy peanut butter instead of smooth?
Because it has the crunchy taste. It has the peanuts.
So why do you put the chicken on the side? Is the chicken your side piece or what?
No, you cook the chicken and you put the sauce on it, and then you heat it up with the sauce.
The chicken was your side bitch or something.
Oh no.
Oh, gotcha.
This was actually a completely different recipe that I had planned today because I lost the recipe that I had planned today.
What'd you have?
I like how Brayden Toon asked you if you grill, and now you give us Mike's Meat Minute, and then you tell us that you lost. Like, so this is this is a Mike centric right now.
Yeah, I just came off the fly with it.
I mean, you lost your hamburger helper recipe?
Hey-o.
Actually, it was a what I was gonna do. Actually, no, fuck it. I'll tell y'all next week.
Boom! There it is. And there's your cliffhanger, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to know whatever recipe he was about to say, you better tune in next week.
I know I'll be here next week to hear it.
Are you sure?
I plan on it.
It's a hell of a foreshadowing, I guess. But yeah. Well, up on the outline next. All right. Well, hey, fun episode. Brayden Toon, thanks for joining. That was a lot of fun. New South is something that the people should check out. We're definitely becoming fans of it. You're probably going to see us cover it because it's cool shit. Good storytelling, good everything. Carmen Michael kills it on commentary. I mean, the crowd is pumped up. Hey, shout out to the crowd. If the crowd sucked and like this, the wrestling, we wouldn't pay attention as well. But since the crowd is hot and the wrestling is good, hey, becoming a big fan of New South here lately. I like it. What are you gonna say, Mike?
Yeah.
Real quick, guys, I just want to say thank you once again to Brayden Toon. You can catch him on Twitter at Toon _Brayden, TOON_BRAYDEN, and on Instagram at Toon _123.
And
what in the butt? That's got to be Mike.
Mike, your connection sucks.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So y'all can reach me at Whitaker 1028. You can reach us at the Kickout Crew. And you know what? We have Cockamania coming up. So
what's that? Can't hear you over the static.
I'm asking y'all to book Cockamania
Sounded like you said
Which
Taco
ima-
Mania.
Cockamania. KOC Mania.
You can catch me, Adam
Don't-
_from _Bama.
Catch me,
got
Brad at
kicked
Yes Man
out.
Brad on Twitter. Are you
I got
saying
kicked
more,
out.
Mike? What are we doing?
I'm done. Fuck it. It's all right.
And the tape machines are rolling. Everybody gave
And
me
I'm not even drunk. Like,
What?
my shit's fucking up.
Yeah, I was like, I want to thank everybody for paying attention to the last like minute and a half on audio. I know it was a rough go, but I'm glad that everybody was able to plug their names and everything. I like that part of our episode.
I'm at Devin D19 if we're
Oh,
gonna do
geez, you did it already. You just started it. You're the one that started this
it. I
shit.
plugged Brayden.
Oh, yeah, it's true. You can reach
You
Devin.
gonna
Yeah,
plug
you
me
say
since
that.
I'm fucking up?
Easy how you say that, Devin.
I
That's
plugged
finally came
Brayden's
off.
social
You
media.
can reach Devin at Devin D19. He's Instagram, the TikTok, all that stuff. If you have a meat recipe, send it to Mike at Whitaker1028. Send your Mike's Meat Minute. We'll cover it on the show. If you have some dad jokes, send them over to Adam. That is Adam _from_Bama. Adam from Bama. Underscores in between on the Twitter machine.
Yeah.
Boom. And if you have something that you want to hear Stan no ranting about, then you can reach him at Yes Man Brad. That is Yes Man Brad, because he's a salesman. You get it, Yes Man Brad. And he's a positive influence on all of us. Look at him. Boom. There's your compliment. But no, I am at James L. Corai, but this ain't about me because it's your show. We are at Kickout Crew. You can reach us there on the old Twitter. You can reach us on Facebook at Kickout Crew. Like I said with Devin, the Instagram, we got the TikTok, we got everything. You can watch full videos on YouTube. You can watch some clips, and you can listen to us wherever you get your podcast, because you know why? It's your show. And I know that we enjoy all the feedback, but here's the thing. Our feedback is really nothing because it's your show. Mike, I'm muting you, man. I can't take this. Yeah, there we go. That was clear. But yeah, it is your show. And so you can reach us wherever, follow us wherever. If you have match ideas or anything of that nature, definitely send them to us. We want to cover what y'all want to talk about, and we love to talk about what y'all want to talk about. So yeah, give us a shout. And if you like what we're doing, be a friend, tell a friend. It's not all wrestling and it's not all not wrestling. We're everything in between. But I do want to say, as we go into this next week, you know what I mean? The time change just happened. People are waking up in the sunshine, waking up in the sunsets and sunrise. All these hours change, but it doesn't change the fact that you got to believe in yourself. Because whether sunrise is an hour earlier or an hour later or whatever happens, hey, don't let that affect who you are. Because I hear, oh, because of this, no. You're stronger than that. Put a little more faith in yourself. You're able to overcome things. Don't just listen to the stars say this or anything. You know what? Just try to control what you can control. Take your own life into your own hands, Because here's the thing. Whether you listen to other things or not, life is going to get you down. And there are going to be struggles. And there are going to be tough times. But you know what happens? They're not the ones kicking out. You're the one kicking out. So, hey, when life gets you down, fucking kick out it too. That's what we do, and that's what you do on your show, the Kickout Crew. Well, thank everybody. Thank Brayden Toon again. And I guess we'll see you next week.